Hey everybody, welcome back. It is time for episode 19 of our game. Having a great time here. Last time it was an action-packed adventure. Just before I forget to tell you, please like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Sweet. So let's kind of get into what's going on. First of all, we have a cool thing. Eckankar has been moved up to level 4. Good job, Eckankar.
Did it?
Yeah, nice job. Sweet. He paid me off.
Way to catch up.
Yeah, I know. I'm playing a lot of catch up with you guys.
So, Zach, why don't you just give us a clue on what kind of is going on with Eckankar? What's he doing for level 4?
Yeah, so obviously he gets more HP, but the big thing, I chose to take another feat, and I chose to take the Shield Master feat.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to lean into the shield as essentially like the main thing Eckankar is kind of doing. So yeah, this feat, it lets me do like the shove action essentially to like knock people prone or 5 feet back as a bonus action after I do my attacks. And then
Very nice.
Yeah, and it kind of gives me a bit of a pseudo evasion, like
Yeah, you could pop up your shield.
Yeah, so I get
Very cool.
Get stuff like that. So I'm hoping I can bash people down, and Hemo might be able to just come in very easily, take them down.
That's sweet.
Oh yeah,
Did
come
you
down
do
in the middle
variant-
of a circle. I'm just
Teamwork.
Did you do variant human and take a feat at first level?
Yeah, I have a heavy armor.
Heavy armor
as
master?
well.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, he's fully loaded. He's loaded for bear or loaded for owl bear.
He's also huge on the map.
Pretty big out there. Yeah.
And now he is. All right. Yeah. Cool. So that congratulations, Eckankar. We can't wait to see what happens with you at 4th level.
Yeah.
So let's just kind of cover previously. So previously that was a combat rich environment. We started out with everyone being scattered to the wind outside of the Shrine of Sabras. You managed to collect yourself and invade the Shrine of Sabras. You decided to try to go in to the final room, even though you were pretty beat up. And when you did that, a couple people got trapped by a manicore that was hidden in the room. So
Who
Flander
anticipated getting trapped in the room that was closed and looked pristine after walking in there. It's
So Flander and Eckankar got trapped in there. Eckankar managed to get the door open, and the manicore burst out the glass windows in the top. They kind of flipped open. The manicore flipped open and circled around. It was going to come about and attack you all. Unfortunately, at the last minute, out from the darkness, a burst of cold energy radiated and crushed and froze the manicore all at once. It kind of froze in place.
Wait.
No, he's our friend. He helped us.
Yeah. And as it fell to the ground, this large or even bigger, possibly even huge dragon is moving really fast. Came by, it swept and grabbed the falling manicore as it flew down and flew off to the west. So what we're at right now, as you can see on the map here, you can see that your group is mostly tucked into the main chamber of the Shrine of Sabras. You can see that Gashara is just in that area to the east, looking out, and that dragon is flying across the room there, the back of the shrine. So that's where we're going to start off. Right now, you're not really in combat. So what do you guys want to do with this dragon that you heard flying across? You don't know where it went. You know it flew across.
Observe from a distance sounds very smart.
Yeah.
The dragon was flying by. You don't know where he is now because none of you are observing it.
But he's probably eating.
Maybe you don't know. What would you like to do? You're sitting in this shrine. You want to? My recommendation is take your armor off and run outside.
Wave's gonna head to the altar. We still haven't found the stupid book we need.
Yes.
Yeah, we should be getting out of here quickly, but Humo draws the Wand of Secrets finally from his...
Oh, there you go. Get your ass in here.
From
Get
his
out of here
pouch.
Where are
immediately,
you?
if not sooner.
And he...
Where are you with your little magic stick?
I will remind you.
I was hiding from a dragon flying
I
overhead.
also will remind you because I did not
over there.
I will remind you because I did not tell you in the previously section. There is that bell that you saw that was solid silver.
Yep. I don't
We're gonna
think
have to come
Hemo's
back to
told
that one.
anybody about that yet.
You did not.
You did not, but I'm reminding you and the people at home. Don't tell anybody, people at home.
Don't tell the
I heard that.
Hobgoblins. So Hemo's Wand of Secrets has a 30-foot range. So I suppose he'll step deeper into the room, checking for manticores on the ceilings.
Yeah, definitely look up.
Oh, what a feeling. There'll be manticores on the ceiling.
I'm gonna hold the door open so it doesn't shut again.
That's the 80s version of D&D. We're playing D&D version 1.
Last time it shut on me. I did not like that.
Okay, you're going to go into that room and you're going to use the Wand of Secrets, right?
Yep.
As you do, just as you're about to lift up and use the Wand of Secrets, there is movement on the door behind you. You lift to use the wand and you hear movement behind you. The rest of you in here turn. And when you turn, you see an orc walk into the room.
Does he look familiar?
To you, he does. You see that there is other orcs behind him and they're trying to sneak in. You can see it is your friend Degneg.
Degneg.
When he walks in, I want those people in the room here, to give me perception rolls, please.
Oh,
Does that include Waif? I'm kind of in between.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Go ahead.
I got a 16.
12.
All right.
19. No, wait, that's Graham.
19.
8.
9.
All right. For those of you who got it, those of you who got a 15, you see some other creature sneak into the room here. Oh, there's 2 of them for some reason. You see a small white cat with black stripes and a snub's nose come bouncing in, walks around the backside of this.
Is it familiar to Finnis?
It is, yes. All right. The rest of you, Degneg walks in and he looks at you and he puts his fingers up. He said,
Oh, yes, the white dragon. We just saw it.
is that what you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
It ate the manticore.
Now I'm going to make a listen check for the dragon.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. It's a very difficult listen check to make. All right. Degneg will walk in looking at the fallen bodies. When he does so, you can see spilling behind him are several other orcs. They come in.
Can you get rid of the dead bodies?
I can, yes.
And I stopped concentrating on enlarge on Sir Eckankar there.
All right.
Oh, I'm not big no more.
I don't know about that. That seems like useful.
I got another.
The ball bearings are still there, though, aren't they? And the pools of blood are probably still there.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
So
how am I gonna clean those?
the dead bodies are still there. I'm just removing them by request.
Yep, yep.
I take requests.
Yeah, that's how I got that level up.
All right. The orcs come in. They're creeping in, and the last orc slowly closes the door. You barely hear it. And Degneg is looking around with his finger on his lips. Meanwhile, you see that Sir Eckankar shrivels as if he's in a cold pool.
Oh no.
Oh,
What a weird feeling.
It was the pool.
painful.
Okay. All right.
I'm
And
not
when he
that sure
does
I
this,
enlarged everything.
this cat comes up next to you, Sir Eckankar, and kind of weaves between your feet, kind of rubbing it itself against your feet.
Oh.
All right. The orc Degneg listens for a moment, and then it whispers to it may be around. We must be cautious. And then it points a finger to this one, and this one runs through to this door. If you feel like you want to stop him or anything, you let me know.
I just want to make sure he doesn't stomp on the cat at his way through.
I will see. He makes no attempt to defeat or destroy the cat. The cat is safe for this round.
Whew. I got you, cat.
This orc runs up here and he leaves this door open and he leans in. He's sort of listening at the opening.
Gishar will whisper as well to Degneg. He says, "There is another opening on this door," and he'll actually walk over to this one and quietly open the door.
All right, make a listen roll. Make a perception check, please.
20.
All right. In the distance, because it is not even all that trying to be all that quiet, you hear the dragon grunting a little and tearing at flesh. It's being loud. You can hear it kind of scratching when it bites down. It's just biting through bone. Just it's somewhere in this area around the corner here, so it's faint, but you can hear it.
I was listening to my dog chew on a marrow bone earlier tonight. And my head, that's what's happening right now. I popped the door open a little bit a second ago. I'll close it again and I'll whisper back in the room. I hear it eating. It is eating right now.
This might be our best chance to get out of here once we find the item.
Degnag looks at you and says, "Why are you here?"
Why are you here?
We followed the hobgoblins.
You first.
Yeah, we killed them.
What about the hobgoblins?
We have been keeping an eye on them since they have been moving through the forest in this area. That's what he says.
They attacked us. We attacked them better.
You don't have to worry about them anymore.
He said he looks over and he kind of pushes one of the hobgoblins around. He says, "These are led by King Grohl."
Were.
Yes. All right. And then he waits silently for a moment. And it's at that point that you hear the giant wing bats outside. Woo, woo, woo. And you can hear the heavy footfalls of a dragon landing on the roof. So part of it shimmers a little bit of dust and some flakes fall from the ceiling onto the center. And you look
Wave's
up.
going to move to the corner.
Okay. You look up to where the bell is, and you can see where the moonlight is sort of being interrupted very slightly in the full moon. Remember, it's a full moon. As the dragon moves around, you can see it moving around up there. And being very quiet, you can hear close to the opening where the bell is out there in the belfry. You can hear the loud smelling.
Gishar will point at all the bodies on the floor and then back up at him. And then maybe actually he's going to start walking into this room where Hemo is.
All right, you walk into the room where Hemo is. The orcs sit quietly, just frozen, looking up at the belfry. They're kind of spotting the belfry.
The dragon already got them.
And seeing what's going on. And it isn't but a moment later that you hear the giant wing bats and the claws kind of rip off the top of the ceiling, and the wing bats lift and carry the dragon to the north.
Did he take the top of the tower?
Nope, he didn't. He didn't take the top of the tower. He just kind of like he was just clawing it. So as he lifts off, you can kind of feel his claws is kind of rip off. When you wait just a moment, Degneg stands up and says, "He is fed. He will not return, most likely." Finnis, what are you wearing?
I have the red cloak on still.
Yeah.
Degneg
I
eyes
thought
you.
we turned all those in.
No, he did not.
Yeah.
Degneg eyes you with a little bit of contempt, but then quickly tries to ignore you.
Didn't you customize it though? I thought you said you
If
cut
I
it.
catch him, I'll notify him of spoils of war.
He seems to like see you, notice you, mark you, but then move on.
All right, that's fair.
Emo,
Yeah.
you have the wand.
Okay. Dragon's gone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Let's go.
He finally slowly casts the wand of secrets. If a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of me, the wand pulses and points at the one nearest to me. And I'm using one of its 2 remaining charges.
Perfect. You use the charge. It is extended, and you know that there is most likely a secret at the altar.
Hemo approaches the altar and tells Geshar, I don't think we got everything this altar had hidden for us. Now, this altar had some weird something going on that we noticed before, right?
Yeah, 6 stone pillars brace a vaulted ceiling in this temple, the floor of which is buried under a thick layer of dust. Of course, now you've been through her a few times, so there's less
Lots of
layers of
footprints.
dust. Also covered in dust are 4 humanoid skeletons in tattered priestly vestments, lying near a stone altar situated in an alcove under 4 narrow windows. Carved in the front of the altar is a humanoid eye, and most likely that is the Eye of Severus.
Yeah, okay.
So how precise is your wand? Like, does it show you what where the opening would be?
It'll basically show you the 5-foot square where it exists in. It's like, this is
Yeah.
very-
So Hemo, I guess he's gonna inspect it for any sort of, well, he's gonna check it for traps first if he can.
The orcs move up slightly. You can see they have weapons in hand, and they're kind of looking at what's kind of going on. They're kind of looking through this door here. They're kind of watching you.
Hemo quietly moves behind the altar and tries to inspect it from back there. He like crouches behind it.
This cat moves over to Finnis.
Mhm.
All right. You go behind there and you kind of sink down behind, looking down at this. Why don't you give me a perception roll, please?
Okay.
Can I assist him? Or help, I should say. Can I give him a help so he's got an advantage?
Sure.
There you go.
Geshar, come over here.
You're gonna go over there,
Yeah.
so that
for
when
sure.
the
You got it.
fireball goes off, I get both of you.
Yeah, you got advantage.
Oh, Waif's in there too, so
Cool. I'm gonna get all 3 of you. Sweet.
Roll better.
That's a 3.
I'm resistant to fire.
But with
That's okay.
advantage, that's a 9.
All right.
Roll more better.
You lean down and begin looking at the altar, pushing and prodding at pieces. And after you start inspecting it, I want you to give me a charisma savings throw, please.
Okay. I got just a flat 16.
Nice.
All right. Nothing
He
happens.
was ready for something, but he never found it.
Ek is gonna make his way over to Dagneg and put his hammer away and just be like, we don't need to we don't need to fight him. I'm sure you're just running from the dragon, right?
He looks at you and goes, I did not even know the dragon would be here. We were taking care of the hobgoblins outside.
There were more?
They were coming from the northern woods.
I should thank you. We wouldn't want to have another battle after what we've been through.
They have steadily been coming from the northern woods, first to Canterbury, then to here. We believe they are creating some sort of network.
Network for
It is,
what
it is
purpose?
said that King Grohl has a castle in the woods.
King Grohl.
At the word
To
castle,
the,
you sharp
and you
perks.
said that is to the northwest?
They're unsure where it's
And
at.
it's northeast.
We tried to follow once, but one of our scouts saw a raven-haired woman call out to its ally, one of our other orc companions, in the Neverwinter woods. For whatever reason, the orc went to her as if he was not an enemy at all. And then this raven-haired woman reached out, grabbed his face, and kissed him. And when he did, the poor orc shriveled and turned, and its whole body sunk in as if it was being collapsed on, like it was a water skin being drained, and its lifeless corpse fell. The other of our companion fled, and we have not been back to the Neverwinter woods since. It is somewhere there, but we have heard them speak of the castle in the Neverwinter woods. We were hoping you would leave one alive, but to our own dismay, we have made the same mistake.
I was about to say, it sounded like you killed them all too.
They didn't give us much choice.
We were looking for another castle. Some dwarves of our friends were captured. They said it was Cregma Castle. Do you know this name?
Yes, Cregmar Castle. That is what they called it.
Ah,
It is there. They have King Grohl. He is said to be a mighty bugbear.
it is to the north. Wait,
Yes, somewhere in the Neverwinter woods.
King Grohl is a hobgoblin or a bugbear?
It is said to be a bugbear from what we understand. We may be wrong. It is merely us trying to eavesdrop on the hobgoblins. We were sent here from the west when the people of Phandalin sent us from our mountain range to come here only to be set upon by hobgoblins.
Is this all of your men, or are there others that need finding?
Nay, my friend. This is but a small number of us. We have a few more. We have taken up refuge at the Wyvern Tor to the south of here. But many of our numbers, we hope, are still alive within the Mountain's Toe mines where we once owned. They are rich in gold, but the people of Wyvern Tor sent their were creatures to destroy us and sent us fleeing.
Yes, you said something about were creatures.
Yes, the people of Phandalin, they have sent out their were creatures. They wear their red cloaks.
People of
Yes, your Phandalfens, whatever you call that town. They have sent their red cloaked knights, the were creatures, and they have driven us. We do not know. Many of our kin, maybe a half a dozen or more, were left behind. We do not know what happened to them. But at once we had a gold mine. Now we have nothing.
We also fought the Red Brand with the red cloaks. I
Good.
think they're separate from the town folk in Phandalin, but maybe there is one or two that are also live in Phandalin. I think they are separate.
I know no separation as of yet. Though I will at least know that you yourself do not feel like you are a threat. This is why I speak to you.
He nods back at you.
Be careful then with these were creatures. Only the weapons forged of silver may harm them. Be careful.
He's like checking his inventory.
and these are people from Phandalin.
Yes, the
These are the were
Phandalins.
creatures.
The Phandalin creatures, they came in their red cloaks and they raided our mountain pass, the Mountain's Toe mines, where we were mining gold for our families, for our clan. And they have driven us from our home.
What kind of creature? What kind of were creature?
They were twitchy like rats.
ROUSs.
So there is a were-rat in Phandalin.
And the were-rats now have taken over and control the mountain toe mines, but we have no silver weapons. We have been trying to mine the Wyvern Tor for some time, but we have been unsuccessful. Many of the riches are not so far to the east.
I too do not have any silver weapons. We may have to go back to Phandalin to collect silver weapons or craft them. I wonder how many they have in town.
If only somebody knew of a large amount of silver.
Yes,
We
we
could ask
needed a
around.
large amount of silver. That's what the orc agrees. He says, but you will not find much here to the east. We have been searching in other mines, but the Wyvern Tor mines, all they have there is agates and some other minerals. We have been taking them to Lelian to sell, but we have got very little in return. The market is light for such goods.
Hemo
We would take
pokes his head out from around the from around the altar, hearing silver weapons and that there's no silver. He goes back to hiding behind the altar.
Hemo,
Do you have any silver weapons? Gashar asks you. Since
No,
we're like digging around this thing, like
no, but I have an idea.
what
Just,
is your
just
idea?
keep it hush. Just let's wait till these guys leave.
You do not trust them?
Not really.
Ugh.
all right,
They're
Eckankar,
orcs.
Eckankar and Finnis and Flander, give me perception rolls.
Got it. That's a 9.
That's a 2.
15.
All right, Finnis, your keen sense, you get a Finnis a 15 anyway, because that is, I believe, is your passive roll.
Yeah, I rolled a 10, but I'm just gonna say it's
With
15
your-
if it's ever below that.
With your perceptive mind, you notice that these orcs, they have bows or have regular swords on them. They're not the greatest swords, but they're swords, and they wear old or slightly tarnished armor that has been not well kept. But on most of their belts, what you do see is mining tools, pieces of mining tools, small picks, things like that, bars, things that you would use for mining. They may have been coming from a mine. They explained to you that they were in the Wyvern Tor and have been trying to mine it for wealth to try to buy silver to take back their mountain toe mines.
Flander wonders what silver might smell like.
Smell. It's smelly smell. Smells. Smell.
Okay. All right. So you're aware that they do have picks and probably crowbars and things like that you would use in a mine. All right. Meanwhile, Hemo and Gashar, what are you going to do?
Well, we know there's a secret opening in this thing. We just can't find it yet. So,
Yeah, you're right.
How long can we just dig around and keep
You can
looking?
you can take a time to do it, but if you're going to keep doing that, that's fine. We'll come back to you.
Would that be like investigate then?
No, that is
Still
using
perception?
perception, right? But you can take a longer search,
Mhm.
and there's not a concept of take 10, but
Right.
I'll basically say if you search for 10 minutes, I'll give you another roll. You're searching in such detail,
Yep.
you're going to get another roll.
Okay.
But in the meantime, Finnis, Eckankar, and Flander, and
And Degneg
your cat
chatting.
are out there.
Dennis will actually take a piece of a ration out from his bag and feed the cat.
All right, you do that, and Degneg looks down at you, and he says, "Ah, you are a wizard."
Hmm? Wizard.
Yes,
Kind of. Close enough.
you're familiar. It is white. You think he's trying to compliment you, but the complimenting of an orc language to your language doesn't quite transfer exactly. He's more or less stating the most obvious. You're like,
Thanks.
okay, that's fair. All right. Then Neg says, if you ever know where silver weapons are, we would be indebted to you if you could make your way to the Mountain Toe mines, if you free the minds of these Phandalin invaders, we will gladly give you a stipend yearly from what we pull from the mines.
Yearly stipend. Ooh.
Seem like we're going to be going there anyway.
Wave calls out from the other room. The stipend sounds good. Let's do that. And then she's going to give it a shot if that's okay.
What are you going to do? Try to do a perception?
Yep.
Okay, go for it.
I haven't looked at. Well, nope. Wow.
You're
No
just
wonder
thinking
no one's
about
found this thing. Holy shit.
You're just thinking about that money. Can't focus on
I
anything.
know, right?
So what'd you get?
8.
All right. So you look
Your
at this,
passive is better than that, right?
and as you're looking at that eye on the side of the statue, that eye's looking at you, and as you kind of look at it, and it looks at you, and it kind of gets in your head.
Poke it.
And next thing you know, you lean down and you kind of like to look at the thing, and I want you to give me a charisma saving throw.
8. Wow, that was
All right.
shit
It's the first
roll.
time somebody failed that, so maybe it's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks.
All right,
Appreciate that.
Wait, you lean down and you're looking at that eye, and suddenly the eye in your brain kind of melts and merges, and everything around you sort of gets tunnel vision. And the eye that it was there, that's the eye of Cerberus, it switches and morphs into a elongated eye with a iris that is with a long slit. It is a greenish outline with a yellow
Cat
eye.
eye.
That eye, and as it pulls back, you see
Take the ring
greenish
off, Wave.
scales of a green dragon. It turns to look at you, huffs back, and just as it's about to explode at you, you come to your senses.
A green dragon? Oh shit.
And you kind of break
Yeah,
you look around like, what just happened?
But there was a green dragon somewhere nearby. She's backing away, fucked away from the altar.
Seems like
Sure, I'll jump up.
summons
No.
his scimitars. Where?
No, there was a white dragon outside.
No, when I looked at that eye.
What? That eye?
All right, Wave. What I want you to do is give me a perception roll.
12.
All right. When that dragon moved away, you noticed that that dragon was in a dark area, most likely a round tower.
The dragon, the green dragon is not here. Is in a different tower. I don't know. Don't know what happened.
What are you talking about, Wave? There's no dragons here.
Well, I know
it's
they're in
one.
another
There
tower.
is
That's
one
what I
dragon.
just said. Are you not listening to me?
I see a
Describe the
warlock who was staring very intently into an eyeball on the side of an altar.
So Severus is some kind of god. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Describe this tower.
Right? He
What did it
sent
look
me a
like, the
vision,
one that
maybe?
we
I
were
do
in
not
earlier?
know. I do not know these god things that you people do.
Do you have any type of history roll or religious roll? You want to know more about Cerberus? Feel free to take it.
I call for Finnis. Hey, Godman, you come here. You look at this thing.
Just stop
You
playing
speak,
with the
you
cat.
speak their
Come in.
language.
All right. Finnis, you're going to go into there.
Yep.
Hey, Mike,
Okay.
Yeah.
did you hear me asking about if it looked like the tower that we were in earlier?
It did not. It didn't. He didn't recognize the tower. All right.
No, it's nothing I've ever seen.
All right, Finnis, you're gonna go in and you can tell you're familiar with who this is. You can see that Cerberus is the all-seeing Lord of Divination, he of the third eye. Cerberus is the god of mages and wizards in the service of Mystra, goddess of magic. Cerberus speaks in clear, precise statements and rarely says what the listener wants to hear. He always speaks the absolute truth.
Okay.
That's
I
what you
got the
know.
vision of a green dragon from Mr. Savras.
Well, That's not a good sign. Sovereign is
No, so
fairly
we've seen a white
straightforward.
one. We don't need another.
Can I, from like 10 feet back, like mage hand and just poke the eye?
Ah, what are you doing?
Well, you want to poke the eye with your mage hand?
I wanted to poke the eye of God.
You can do that. Your mage hand floats over.
They're very eye focused. Maybe that has something to do with the puzzle.
Hey, Mo. The eye picks.
This will go well.
The
I'm
eye
sure.
picks up a hand. Okay.
Mage hand versus dragon hand.
Maybe a god of magic would react to a simple elven spell.
Perfect. You do that. It reaches over and touches the eye, and nothing happens.
Or maybe not.
What are you
Well-
doing? Are you trying to touch me?
I'm out of ideas. Other than firebolt, but that's can we just like lift the top off this thing?
All right, you guys
Finnis,
want
look
to
at
take
that.
some time and search this thing?
Finnis will go and take
We
a
have
look.
to.
The wand pointed straight here. I was right in the middle of the room. It was the closest thing.
Perfect.
Lander
And this
Eck,
will get his
why don't you
15.
look too?
All right. Meanwhile, Eckankar, are you coming into the room, or are you going to stay and speak with Degneg, or Outlander?
Ah,
Right now, I'll
I give up.
stay here.
All right.
I'll come into the room.
He tells you, will you be returning to Phandalin? To
Yes,
your
we-
Phandalin?
Yes, we'll be
Yes.
returning to Phandalin.
Excellent. If you'd like, I could give you directions to the mountain toe mines, if you have silver to fight against these creatures.
We don't have any silver now, but we might be able to procure some, and we'd definitely appreciate directions.
I do not know if these were creatures from Phandalin have any other weaknesses, but we have tried to attack one, and it killed two of our kin before we had to flee the mountains. Our swords would touch them and do nothing.
This sounds like a problem. We should definitely get silver weapons. And if there are red cloaks, wear red cloaks now. Wearing red cloaks, I don't like it.
Yes.
Wave comes up with energy sheathing her hand as she's about to launch an eldritch blast, and she says, I bet this affects them just fine.
You asked what we are doing here? We're looking for a journal.
A journal.
Yes, a friend of ours asked for it.
Hemo tries to flip the altar over, looking for the journal one last time.
Give me a raw strength score out of frustration.
16.
Nice.
16.
I
best roll
want the
of the
journal
night.
before he tells them about it.
All right. As you just like get frustrated, you're like, now I need you to make me a charisma savings throw.
Uh-oh.
Now you
Like
get
Green
to see
Dragon.
12.
12.
I got
Okay.
a +0 to my saving throws, so.
Okay, you made it.
Hooray.
But did he lift it?
All right, here's what
There's no
happened. You
lid?
push the thing, you just kind of get mad, and you're like, screw it. You push the thing, and when you hit it, the altar itself just slightly you just kind of is resistant for a moment, and then finally just kind of gives way and starts rolling.
Oh,
the classic stone on stone grinding sound.
Yeah, it's well,
The
you think
stock
that
sound.
you think that there's actually some wheels, but that the wheels have been there for a very, very long time. And they, whatever mechanism they used as a pivot point or as for the wheels to axle point for the wheels is most likely very, very worn, and just whether it was oiled or whatever the case is, it's probably all gone away, and it's a lot of grinding.
can I get it open as is?
Yes, you push it open. What you can see, the altar stone rolls in, and it can be pushed 3 feet. You kind of push it 3 feet, revealing a wooden coffer tucked inside of a 1 foot square cavity in the floor.
Who did it?
Cool. He takes it and takes that whole coffer and just hands it to Flander.
And
The orcs are kind
I'll
of
take
like
it.
looking, they're kind of like very curious. You know, they're looking past. It's hard to see because Gashar and Waif are kind of in the way, and also it's Eckankar, but you can see that they're all kind of looking in at you.
Hemo whispers to Flander, hold this. It might be the journal. I don't know. We don't know if they want this yet.
Okay, I will take it and I will examine it and see if I can find a way to open it.
Okay. Feel free to give me a perception roll first.
Perception 11.
All right. You perceive that there's a latch.
Mhm.
How about that?
It has it is latch shaped and has a latch handle.
What are you going to do with this latch? As I prepare to roll a bunch of damage on you.
I'm first going to see if I can look for any traps.
You just did.
Okay, so all I see is a latch. Okay.
What would you like to do?
Open it.
Okay. I will try and open it.
Yes.
You open it just fine. You pull the latch open. The small box pulls open. As you pull it open, it is revealed to you that there is some coins that have been wrapped loosely in some kind of a leather. It's not like a pouch. It's more like it's a wrap. But as you open it, the kind of wrap kind of opens up, and there are coins inside. Next to it, you find a leather-bound book. You can see a leather-bound book with the symbol of Sabras on the cover, along with the etched title, The Many Adventures of Longwreath.
Mhm. Okay.
That's it.
Journal of the Many Adventures of Longwreath. Yes, I think this is it.
That's the one. Keep it safe. I'm gonna go see if that's what they're here for.
All right. Meanwhile,
will-
the orcs are kind of
I will-
looking at you. They clearly see it. You found something, but you don't know if they can see what you found.
Hemo takes a handful of
I'm
the
gonna see. I'm
coinage.
gonna look too.
Okay.
Oh, now I got a perception 19.
All right. You actually see that inside the book, you can inside the box, you can kind of see part of the book, but you don't know what it says.
Sure.
But I believe that Flander actually said what it was out loud. All right, Flander, what are you gonna do? You have this book inside this box, inside this little container.
I'm going to take the book and I'm going to conceal it under my cloak.
All right, cool. You take your book out and you slide it under. No problem.
Gashar's smiling. He's like,
All I need you to do is give me a sleight of hand roll.
Okay, sleight of hand. 25.
All right, Hemo.
I didn't even see that.
Hemo, you see that the book was inside this box, and then the book vanishes.
Cool.
Finnis, what'd you get?
I can't get it.
Finnis, you look over, and there's a book inside the box, and then, like a TV magician who's hiding a plane, as if all of you, the home audience, are in on the joke. You can see the planes. You no longer see a plane, and you no longer see a book. All right, what are you guys gonna do?
Gashar's just over there smiling.
I want to be one of those TV magicians that can make like a bank disappear.
With mirrors.
Can I?
Oh yeah. Sweet.
Can I take some of the? Did you say there was coinage in the altar or that box as
In
well?
the box, there's some coins that are clearly within a leather wrap, but when they lifted up the top, the wrap kind of folded open.
Okay.
You see coins in there, so they're not really in a pouch. They're more like just in a wrap that's kind of folded open.
All right. Well, I want to scoop up a bunch of those coins and go out to meet the orcs.
You can see that there's probably over 50 gold in that bin. It takes up a good part of that.
I'll take like 8 of that.
All right, you can
Or
snatch
10.
8 of that as gold out of there. Okay.
And I'm gonna go walk into the room with the orcs.
What
Hemo, you
Um,
remember Degnig?
Yes.
What do we know about this god Sabras? I know we're kind of taking money from this shrine, but we've also given money to the shrine of the luck god.
Yes.
Multiple of us have.
Well, what do you want to know about the god? I mean, you have Finnis sitting right there. You can also look back. You can think back in history. I gave you the basics of what it's the tenets of Sabras are, what the god represents. Remember, he's the all-seeing Lord of divination. He had the third eye.
He always tells the truth. Sure doesn't know how he feels about taking.
And there's nothing in that about stealing, so you can take the gold.
All right.
Yeah, he has not made up his mind about that yet. All right, keep going.
All right, what are you guys gonna do?
Hemo shows the gold to Degneg and says, it's crazy to meet you out here. You're also hiding from the dragons, but you don't worship Severus, do you?
No, we worship Grumsh.
Well then, this may just be a lucky find then, because that's what I found back there in that altar. And he shows him the gold.
He looks at the gold. He says, "You are lucky." Yes.
As a token of good faith between us.
What are you going to do? You're going to give him the gold?
Yeah.
He takes the gold and he looks at it. And he looks at you and he says, "Many thanks." And he kind of looks back again and he kind of looks back at you. He's sort of, you think in his brain, he's sort of thinking, what's the catch? You know what I mean? Like he's holding he has the coins in his hand, kind of open. He's not quite closing his hand. You know, he has it open in his hand and he's kind of looking at it like if there's a catch to this, I want to know the full deal before I'm agreeing to it.
I am not from here. I'm not from Phandelver. I'm from far up north. And
you mean Phandalin?
Mm-hmm.
When he messes up, it's easy to mess that up too. Okay.
Hey, the orc did
but I'm sure where I'm from, we would not have driven your people out. I hope that at some point you can find a peaceful resolution with the rest of these, with the rest of the humanoids around here, and we'll try for that as well.
Why, thank you. He closes his hand on the
Humans
gold.
aren't known for that.
All right. Are you going to do anything else with these orcs?
No offense.
They
kinda
may be
step
useful
back.
allies.
Yes.
If there are more
almost steps on a
hobgoblins
bead.
out there.
Don't step there.
He steps back and he kind of moves a little bit.
Watch your step.
It was a clever
balls
attack
everywhere.
by one of the hobgoblins.
So you give us directions to the mountain toe mines, you said?
Yeah.
Start again. What's that?
He gave us directions to the mountain toe mines.
He did. He gave you direction. He gave you directions to the mountain toe mines. So the mountain toe mines are just about 15 miles east of Phandalin.
Yeah.
And he kind of gives you rough directions of where they're at.
Okay.
Yeah, he wrote down the directions in his journal.
All right. He
Good.
tells you them. And I'll reveal it on the main map when that comes up.
Cool. It sounds like we have 2 common foes, perhaps 3. The dragon, the hobgoblins, and the red brand / maybe they turned into were rats now. This is good. We can fight together rather than against each other.
He says, you help us gain back the mountain toe mines, and we will help you in your endeavors. We wish not to intervene with the hobgoblins, but we say to stay clear of them. But we must get our mountain toe mines back.
Might the hobgoblins have their eye on your mind too?
It is possible. But we may fight the hobgoblins. The rare creatures we cannot touch without silver.
We will head back to Phandalin and look for silver weapons. They
All
must
right.
have some.
Did you go back out and talk with them?
Yeah, I'm 10 feet away from them.
All right. Give me a perception roll.
20.
Sweet.
All right. You when they're talking to you, you look and see that on the belts of these orcs, other than just having like short swords or some simple weapons, and some of them have fairly decent weapons. Like they're trained fighters, maybe not as trained as you are, but they also have mining equipment on them. Looks like they have some picks, some bars, like they have crowbars, things like that, kind of hanging from their belts.
You are miners. Well, you already said you had a mine. Of course you are miners.
Yeah, right now they're mining the Wyvern Tor to gain enough wealth, but the Wyvern Tor is proving to be difficult because the material they're pulling from it, simple agates and things like that, don't sell for much. They have to go to Lelion to sell it.
Well,
The
for the
only
gold
place nearby.
Hemo gave you, you could maybe turn that into silver pieces.
Yes, we need maybe 2 to 3 pounds of silver to forge a weapon at minimum. And then we need someone to forge it. We do not have a forge. As well as a smith to do it.
Did we ride a cart here? No, we didn't. We walked from.
No, we had a cart. Not to this place, but to
No, but-
Phandalin.
Yeah. If Emo's not saying anything, then that's basically where Gashar's landing is. Well, we will seek silver weapons in Phandalin.
Very well.
Are they like leaving right now? Because we're all kind of in this main general area.
They look like they came in because of the dragon. You're not sure why they necessarily came here. Their excuse was they were following the hobgoblins and tracking them, and they had a skirmish with the hobgoblins and supposedly killed the hobgoblins out there. That may have been, Hemo, what you heard out there originally when you heard people yelling. Huh. You're not sure, of course. You're making some assumptions there. The dragon apparently showed up. They came in to hide, finding you in here. You don't know if they saw you before or not. You know that orcs have pretty good dark vision, but you know they can't see miles like you. But also, is a full moon. Is the first night of a full moon.
Dang, we're not a full moon.
So I guess before the orcs go, Hemo's going to say, well, we could definitely help reclaim your mine. But before you go, may I just have a word in private with my party here?
He looks at you and he says, I have no reason to object to your party and you conversing together.
Hemo says, just a minute, all of you. Could you join me here in the weird off-smelling soup room?
Yes.
Hemo tasted some of that soup last time. Was that human soup?
Probably.
Was that humanoid soup?
You didn't investigate far enough. You said that you didn't feel like you wanted to know.
Yeah, he's not feeling sick yet.
Hey, Finnis, are you coming?
Yes.
Hemo, possible cannibal now.
Is the cat coming?
Gashar shuts the door.
So Hemo says, I haven't been saying anything because I thought maybe we could keep it to ourselves. But if we're serious about helping these orcs, that bell up there, that whole thing it's silver. I saw it. The brass it's a coating. It's chipping away. We can either let them leave and try to figure this out, but they have mining tools and they're pretty strong. And if we could get them to carry it back, or at least help us get it down, and then we could have silver weapons.
Well, how heavy do you think that is?
But that's didn't you say it was how big of a bell did you say it was?
You guessed that it was about 50 pounds.
It's a lot of silver, like a lot of silver. Like purchasing land, kind of. It's like 50 pounds of the stuff.
They said they needed a forge and everything anyways. This would be what we need to bring back to Phandalin then and have the...
They don't like the villagers, though.
They do not need to go there. We can
Gashar,
They
go.
only need to like us.
I'm going to let you give me a history roll.
Yes, I do have the history.
We have that dwarf. We
13.
know the dwarf in the well. I know the dwarf. We don't like Hemo anywhere near the dwarf, but we know the dwarf in town.
All right, Gashar, you recalled seeing orcs on the road when you were just before reaching Phandalin.
Mhm.
They were speaking of Grumsh, and they were walking toward the west, which would be toward Lelian. They had themselves a wagon.
Mm-hmm. I do remember this.
Yes.
It seemed like a war party to me at the time.
You did. Remember, they were calling out that they're going to take back. They're going to invade.
But that was sort of heading more west from where we are
Yep.
right now, right?
Yep. To Lelian, where these orcs explained to you they take the agates to sell.
Is Lelian a person or is that a town?
No,
What
Lelian is a
that?
town. I'll bring the map up and show you.
Thank you.
All right. So now you looking at the map that you can see, I brought it up. You can see that you guys are here at the Shrine of Cyrus, and I will point that out on the map. Boom. The Shrine of Cyrus is there. You know that Phandalin is just past here. You can see Phandalin here.
Mm-hmm.
And Lelian is just south of there, just south by southwest. But more than likely to get there, they're going to take the road and they're going to go south.
Well, so I'll mention that to the party.
Maybe it's Leilon. Maybe it's Leilon. I
Leilon.
could be saying it incorrectly.
That
Lay
sounds
on.
French.
Leyland? Yeah.
Leilon. Hey, welcome to Leilon.
Is I feel like we might be able to build bridges or mend fences if we help them at least recover this part of their home.
But are they on the warpath to a settlement on the high road?
Perhaps they already took it. If they were, if
So
Those
you
guys
just
named Dagnag?
you saw a group of orcs heading towards town. You think they spoke? You heard them? You speak Orcish?
They spoke common for a brief period of time. And they were talking about the fact that the orcs were talking about the fact that they're gonna basically take back what's theirs. They're gonna have many women. They were just very, they seemed very like warlike, like they were kind of chanting and broing it up together, like locker room kind of like camaraderie.
They were
bros, huh?
definitely
Do you
choosing violence.
know if that was Degneg and his men, or
I don't.
He couldn't see them because he doesn't have dark vision, and they were off the road. He could only make out in the brief low light of the evening that he heard the wagons, he heard the voices, but he never really saw any of the orcs.
This was around the same time as those two bugs were crawling up on you guys' chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
It
maybe
probably
we
is
don't
not him though.
give them these weapons. Maybe we just make use of this silver ourselves. If we don't know their true intentions here, maybe it's best to just not arm them and just try to keep it civil.
he did never.
They're already armed.
Either way,
he
We
only
don't
asked
need
for
to
us
help them
to
all.
take the mine back. He never insinuated we should just get the weapons for him.
Either
that
way, he said he
tune
needed
could
a forge
change.
and a weaponsmith, which we have in Phandalin. So we still must take the silver back to Phandalin.
Yeah.
We can still
Well,
help them without arming.
I say we just let them go and we try to figure out how to get the silver back ourselves. cut out a potential conflict of interest.
Agreed.
You know, that might be the best idea.
All right, is that what you choose to do?
I'll miss their tools, that's for sure, but I'm sure we can figure it out. If the dragon's been fed, we should have some more time.
All right, bring the map back.
Just don't look up yet. We'll deal with it when they're gone.
Immediately. Whoop.
Yeah. I'm sure glad there's no silver in here.
Oh, shucks, guys. I wish we could help.
We should try to take a rest.
Yes, we should. And we do have a plan to get silver weapons, and we can tell them this in true honesty.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we can still help them.
Okay, let's rest.
So at I guess Hemo would come out and be is Degnag still there?
Yeah, you can see they're kind of like ready to leave. They're kind of backed up. They never really unpacked, but you can see they're kind of heading toward their door. Maybe they have actually moved a little toward the door.
I'm imagining one or two of them have even like checked out the side and checked the skies again to make sure nobody's out there, right?
This guy here is already doing that.
Perfect.
Yeah. He may have even moved out.
Heck will
Hemo
once again
goes-
try for a handshake as a goodbye to Degnag.
All right. So Zach Eckankar is going to give Degnag a handshake.
Yeah, he wants to see if he didn't go for it the first time, so he's trying again.
Okay, you're going to try to hold out your hand.
Yeah, Eckankar will walk up and be like,
He-
"It was a
You
pleasure
hold out your
seeing you
hand.
again."
He leans forward and spits in it.
There's no need for that.
Then he holds his hand out.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
maybe that's just
and
a
then
thing.
yeah, and then Ek will spit in his hand.
He closes his hand like a fist. And he says,
He'll-
until
he'll-
next we meet.
We have a plan
Yes.
Yeah, there
to
we
get
go.
silver weapons.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Excellent. Do you know where the Wyvern Tor is?
No, we have a map and we're still putting points on it here. If you could
Your directions would be helpful.
point the way.
Yes, I will reveal to you the directions to Wyvern Tor. All right, he looks down to you, and Eckankar, since you're taking notes on where things are, he's going to go and reveal the location of Wyvern Tor. The Wyvern Tor is south by southeast by about 12, 13 miles from here. He says, we are heading there now. We will be there by dawn, which then we will have our rest. You are welcome to come with us if you like.
I know we have other matters to attend to, but we appreciate the offer.
We must go to Phandalin to get the silver weapons.
Very well. Do what you must. We appreciate it. Degnag looks over at you, and he tilts his head. He kind of squints his eyes at you.
He smiles back at him.
Very well. All right.
His whole mouth kind of opens.
Fangs.
All right. Give me just a straight up charisma roll.
All of us?
Just Yashar.
60.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Not bad.
Degnag when you give him that smile, he kind of smiles. He walks up to you and he's going to reach out and he's going to grab your hand. Are you going to do anything about it?
No.
He'll turn it upside down and he'll spit in it.
Mm.
Then
He'll lean forward.
Yeah. Go ahead. What are you going to do?
He's leaning forward like he just watched what happened with those two. and
He'll
he's
hold
just
his hand out.
You go.
Yeah. I'm waiting for you to lightning bolt his hand. Okay.
He's careful. Lightning crackles a little,
Yeah.
but he doesn't do it.
And then he takes his hand and he slaps on your shoulder and he kind of gives you a smile like your ineptitude humors him.
I'll hold his spit in my hand like he did to the other guy. I'll be like,
Yeah.
yes, we will fight together.
The all
These were
seeing
rats.
eye will take it back. Yes. And they are, unless you're going to do anything else, they are going to make themselves scarce and leave.
Until we meet again. Kishar will go laying on the corner now.
Who knew our culture was so spit focused?
Spit oriented.
Yeah.
All right. So now that the orcs have left, they have left out the northern passage. You don't know how they left or which direction they went, but they have left the building. So you do not see orcs or Elvis in the building. So what are you going to do?
Orcus
Let's
has
rest.
left the building.
Kishar goes and lays down in the
Bed.
corner.
Are we sure we want to rest here?
All right. As you lay down, the cat climbs up on top of you.
We
Oh,
are in a secure area. It's highly defensible.
Humo
It
mage
has no
hands. Oh, does it have a roof? I thought it was like kind of.
No, this is a
side
full,
ring
this is a
made
full
off
roof
of
on
it.
it. The space right here, right above this space right here, there is a 10 by 10 foot belfry that is open where the bell is.
Okay.
But above that, is that covered too?
The
Above
top of the
bell?
belfry is covered, but
Yeah.
the sides are not.
Right.
So
So
I'm
you can
I'm
get some
sure
rain.
in rains of certain direction, you're going to get water coming through there.
Is okay.
Hemo will mage hand his grappling hook up to the belfry, and he's going to climb up there again and chip away enough of the
Why
brass
don't you
to show
wait?
the party.
Why don't you wait?
Well,
Are
see
they
what I'm
well
talking
and
about?
truly gone?
Actually,
you
I'm
may-
in the belfry. Can I
Are we-
look?
Yeah, give me
Before I
a
do.
perception roll.
Yeah.
There's still an orc icon in there.
This guy's
Oh,
just hanging
It is
out.
a bell.
Yo,
It's meant to make a lot of noise.
You just
It's got
stare.
a
I got rid of
19
them for you.
perception.
What did you get for
Well-
your perception? I'm sorry.
19.
19.
in the
You look
belfry, yeah.
around, you don't see anything. You don't hear anything. Of course, your eyesight's, even with the full moon, your eyesight's only so good at night, but there is a full moon still. So
Just
you don't see
lower it.
anything.
Just lower it, the whole thing down. We will carry it.
Waif looks over at Flander, and you are good at making lots of noise. Can you make lots of silence as well?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if we could just drop this thing
Oh.
silently, that would be
Oh.
the best way.
Oh, Kashar's like, I can do that.
You can create silence.
Yes.
Well, create silence on the bell, go to bang it, and when it falls, it's silent.
I cannot do it now. We must rest first.
All right.
Well,
Well,
you want
as-
to rest anyway, because I don't want to be doing this
Oh,
without
actually,
we'll
yes, I can.
definitely do this in the morning.
I can do silence. I can ritually cast it.
Well, that is
Well, there you
that is
go.
good as well.
We have time.
But
We have 10
before-
minutes. for it.
Before Hemo comes down, can he inspect the bell again
Yes.
to see how it's hanging?
right.
Like if there's any way to
The
Yeah.
bell
knock it
is
down.
How's it hanging?
How is it hanging?
the
Gonna
bell
inspect-
has been built into the actual part of the tower, or that's part of the belfry that you see. The bell has been fully integrated with the belfry, so much so that you think in general you're going to need some type of smithing or carpentry tools to disassemble this bell, unless you can do a whole heck of a lot of damage to it, and it may end up damaging the bell, which is perfectly fine. But I'm just letting you know.
It's like, okay, we don't want the fucking bell.
We take it in pieces then. All right. So it's probably swinging on some kind of metal part, right?
Yeah. So what you see is that there's the bell, and the bell is attached to this bar that's wrapping around to it. And you think that they'd have assembled the whole piece together, and that piece is attached to a kind of a way for it to swing. So it's swinging, and all that piece is kind of a big mechanism together, and it's all metal and interlocked together and built with metal smithing tools to interlock all the pieces. You can disassemble it. It'll take you a long time, or you can do a whole bunch of damage to it.
Does anybody
right.
know how to heat metal? It might help.
Yeah, Hemo's going to come down and he's going to suggest something like that. Barring a metal worker's cutting tools. Yeah, if we had some kind of, if we could heat it up enough, we could maybe break it from up there, or a dragon could probably knock it down.
All right. So is the idea that you're gonna rest now and try to deal with this in the morning?
Yeah, Hemo will explain the situation up there with the bell and be like, yeah, well, so we all need some time to rest before we pull this off, but just think on it. Whatever you guys have to help pull this thing down, then we can worry about how to cart it all the way back to Phandalin.
Are none of you good with tools?
Not particularly. I'm good
What
with.
kind of man are you?
I'm really good.
I'm
With
I'm
these.
good with tools, and she.
Hemo's like, sometimes an elf just practices one thing for a very long time.
You think you'd get it right by now?
Do I look like a smith to you?
I think he was talking about your
No.
juggling.
Oh,
Deception.
cruel waif.
21 deception. So. Even though
Okay.
she thinks you're quite talented, she's not going to show it.
Yeah.
You don't like my juggling. Oh,
Not
I
enough
forgot how
blood.
much criticism. Not enough.
Not enough blood.
Oh, geez.
Interesting note.
Not enough blood.
Or fire.
That's funny. Okay. So you're gonna rest. All right. You go and do your rest. In the person who has the last rest, who has the last watch, can wake everybody up. The sun is bright on the day coming, and so you can see around the outlines at the bottom of the door, the bright light. From the side doors, you can see light spewing in from various points, especially from here. So there's a glowing light, kind of ancillary lights. It's kind of in a diffused way illuminating this room, and you can kind of see it a little bit underneath this door. This door has a lot of light coming from it. You think that the sun might be more that direction. All right, what are you guys gonna do?
Meditate briefly.
All right.
Sleep.
Well, it seems like our best option to getting that bell down is to bash it until it falls. Like, I don't think any of us have the tools to dismantle the machinery, right?
Well then, who
I can make it look different, and I can pick a lock. Those are the things I am good at.
Well, it's
This is not going to help us.
it's not locked, unfortunately.
What can you make out of this? You can make a hat or a boat or a plane.
Is anyone able to heat the metal? I can conjure a little bit of fire, but it's not nearly enough.
Finnis and I could bash it with our war hammers. That's the machinery.
All right, I get what you're gonna do.
All right.
What I want you to do is I want you to make me an athletics check with advantage. One of
Who's got? I've got a +3.
I got a +4.
you.
All right, I am a dex fighter. That's why we got Ek and is Geshar is not nearly as strong anymore. Ek's kind of the beef boy now.
All right, Ek,
I have
please
a
make your
negative
athletics check with advantage.
Crossing my fingers
Oh,
here.
we did take.
Oh, it looks like Cam did.
We did get a. What?
Yeah, it looks like Cameron already did.
Oh, are you proficient in athletics?
I am. Well, no, I am proficient. Yes, I have proficiency in athletics, and then it was with advantage. So I got a 23.
Wait,
So
how do
you got a
have more?
23?
Oh,
Awesome.
you have a 14 strength.
Finnis is like, step aside.
Okay, all right, yeah.
You're talking too much. All right.
Hemo's like,
It
I
takes
have to
you-
deliver a precision strike right here.
It takes you
Just use
2
the hammer.
hours of hammering and maneuvering and dealing with this. You're kind of like hitting it with your hammer.
I
You're kinda,
used
like, beating
the new hammer with the it's the vicious war hammer. I'm
Oh,
using
yeah.
the extra force behind it.
Excellent.
Right. Every once in a great while, it just out randomly, it just be like boom. goes off and shatters. 2 hours later, the bell hits the ground and is now on the ground. It is not completely separate from the mechanisms up above, but is fairly intact. The whole thing weighs 70 pounds. All right, you have the bell. What are you going to do?
Let's push the what is that called? Dang it. This thing at the bottom of the room back
The altar.
in place. And let's get out of
You're
here.
going to push it back?
Oh, yeah.
I'll try.
Yeah, they
Okay,
don't.
give me a charisma save.
Eee.
I'll help him.
No, it's a save. I don't think you can help me.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't help with the save.
16.
All right, you push it back.
All right.
And I'm sure.
Great.
Wave,
Everybody
as
thinks
we're-
I'm nuts.
Okay. Let's go.
I'm sure as we were getting ready to go to bed, Wave probably went over all the rest of the bodies and got all of the gold already.
It's very likely, yeah. If
Are you
was
going to
anything,
search the rest
she
of those
would've-
bodies?
Oh yeah, she would have. Yeah.
Wait,
While you guys
while
are
you're
playing with the.
yeah, while you're waiting, while
Because
they're
she
waiting,
can
you
do
probably could have
nothing
collected
for
all these
that.
never balls too.
Yeah, no, I do not play with other people's balls. I'm sorry.
Okay, you found 14. You found 14 gold and a bag of balls. If you'd like to collect them, would you like
That'll
to
be
collect your
another
balls?
2 hours. No,
You don't want to pick up the never balls from the ground.
nope.
Single use.
No, Hemo just like shuffles them into the corner with his feet.
No problem. All right. So now you have your bell in hand. It's a new day. You've been rested up and you have all of your spells back and what you want. What are you going to do other than probably drink that or eat that stew in the pot?
Yeah.
That's fine.
They would turn the burner off.
I'm just gonna leave it there.
It's probably cold now. The embers were cooling before, so I'm sure it's pretty well out by now. So it's probably 4 hours into the day. So I'm going to guess it's more like, noon, something like that. The sun is high.
All right.
Beautiful day.
Shall we go?
Easy to spot any dragons showing up.
Mhm. And easy for them to spot
Actually,
you.
it is hotter.
Invisible.
Oh, it would be, huh? Might be difficult to spot a white dragon against such a bright sky.
I'm looking outside. What do I see?
You see a bright day out. It is without any clouds. It is a beautiful day. Here in the hills to the south, it's slightly cooler than once you get down more toward the actual road, but not by much. A little more breezy here.
If
All
a
right, what do you
dragon's
guys
coming, we'll
do?
probably hear his wings flapping before we can even see him. So
Here's hoping.
Much like a mouse, here's the hawk.
All right, you're gonna
Yeah.
move out of the veil and out, and then head back out to the road, right?
Yes.
All right,
Mhm.
let me change the map. All right, as you can see, I have now revealed that the Wyvern Tor is to the south.
Aha.
If we are so worried about attack from the sky, perhaps we should travel in the woods.
Travel by the tree line as much as possible.
And we
Might not be a bad idea. I will say that the Neverwinter woods are well known to be filled with fey creatures, with goblins, hobgoblins, those type of things. There's a lot of creatures in there, but they're not dragons. So
The woods are the Neverwinter wood. Not really a place to go when you have something else. When you're carrying something else, you gotta give the wood your full attention.
Nowhere is safe. Let us just go.
more direct route seems preferable.
all right, you're gonna head out to the trail, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've got like this big old bell, probably wrapped up.
It still looks bronze though. So there you go.
All right, you
There is
get
a
out.
bit of
and
a
you-
bronze silver patch.
All right, you've traveled about 12 miles. You left the Shrine of Savras, climbing out of the vale, going over the rising and falling of the hillsides, reaching across this hilly area, coming down the other side of it. Kind of nice to have a little downhill path. And then emerge out into the grasslands, crossing along the long grasslands, hitting the road and moving south through the south road. You're kind of getting fatigued, you're a little bit, your joints are definitely feeling it. Hemo, are you carrying the bell?
Yeah, Hemo would help.
Because I imagine
Finnis will help Hemo carry the bell.
I figure it's probably a 2-person carry.
Yeah.
Team
All right.
lifting.
Whatever
Save your
levers
back.
with whatever like handles we've rigged to it.
Not really much in the way of rigging any handles. You don't have any tools. So you're going to be carrying it, or you can like wrap it to yourself if you want. Your lack of tool proficiencies are going to make things difficult.
You could run. You said there was metal work around it, so you could run a rope through that and attach it onto like. Your
I mean, we have ropes. We can.
Yeah. So you can like tie it out to your back, right? So you're kind of like walking with it in your back. I mean,
yeah. And you said
it carry it. It's might be a little bit over time. You're definitely you might want to do you might want to get like a nice back rub when you get to Phandalin, because it's going to
there's probably a rotation of at least Ek and Hemo and
sure.
Finnis.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is Ek, Hemo, and Finnis. That's exactly what I'm gonna roll. Ek, Hemo, you are carrying the bell right now. It's on your back, and you're walking through the woods. It's starting to get to that barely twilight, where the sun has kind of gone to the part where it's not right in the sky, but it's not really dark. You kind of have this haze of blue over you. It's not dark at all, but you definitely don't have any sun in your eyes. And so
beware of sparkly vampires.
Exactly right.
Do we see any?
You're walking through the woods. I would like everyone to give me to tell me what their passive perception is.
11.
15.
Okay. Finnis has a
11.
15. Finnis, as you're walking through the woods, through the trail along the woods to the north, in a somewhat of a wooded area where the woods kind of touch up against the road itself, you can see movement through the woods moving, and these you can see 2 brutish large creatures and maybe a third thing stomping through the woods. They're not trying to be too secretive or anything. You kind of hear them almost before you see them. They are about 50 feet ahead of you, and in the woods. You're not exactly sure what they are right now, but you're kind of coming up on them, and you see them kind of stomping through the woods. And these kind of trees are shaking. What are you guys gonna do? It does it within the second. The rest of you kind of hear it, but Finnis gets an act to act first. Finnis, what are you gonna do?
Do they seem like they might be hostile, or do they just seem like
They don't seem like they're trying to be quiet at all. They're just kind of moving through the area. So you think of it like a herd animal that might be just stomping through the forest, fishing for something. There's just movement. They're deep enough in the woods, though, the trees, that you can't quite see them yet, but you hear them well in advance.
I don't have much. I'm just gonna pop resistance on Waif and just let the party know to be on their toes.
All right, who's next in the passive perception line?
And 11.
11.
I'm 11 as well.
11.
All right,
we all 11?
what are the 2 of you going to do right now?
We're all 11 except for Waif, who's even.
All right, what are the rest of you going to do? You hear this kind of, as you hear this resistance is put on Waif, the rest of you suddenly hear the stomping, kind of the trees.
I'll dodge.
All right, you are dodging. Anybody else doing anything else specifically?
I'll set down the big old bell.
I guess kind of almost get in front, like take a step towards the sound and do the dodge.
All right, you take a step towards the dodge, or toward the sound, and do the dodge. Perfect.
Ek's just gonna bring up the shield and kind of step up next to Gishar.
All right, are you gonna be dodging?
I might as well be, but not the most dexterous man.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Well, dodge is great because it gives you a disadvantage on the attacks to you. So
yeah,
it's a good thing to do. All right, so you're kind of waiting for this action to happen. All right. And with that, I'm going to set up a new map. Okay. What you see is 2 large ogres and possibly a hobgoblin stomping through the woods.
Crap.
What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you put your characters, starting with you, Gashar, being here, and I'll have Ek be right there.
All right.
Right here.
That's fine. All right.
Label disappeared again.
Yeah, I put it back again. All right. And with that, we're going to roll initiative.
Let's go.
All right. They're gonna try to take the spell from us. Or oh no.
No. That's a 1 for Ek.
Oh, no. All right. Okay, Waif, what'd you get?
I got a 5.
All right, and Gashar, what'd you get?
11.
11. This Gashar goes to 11. Flander, what'd you get?
A whopping 6.
Wow. Hemo, what'd you get?
9.
9. And Finnis?
2.
Ooh,
Did you say 2?
2.
Okay. And
Oh, wait.
Eckankar, what'd you get?
there's more.
A 1.
No, what? You got a 0.
Technically, I got a 0, but
You got a 0?
I got a-
0.08.
yeah, 0.08. Technically, it's
If somebody else rolls a 1, like you have to go after them.
that's fair.
That is a hard red number right there.
Yeah,
Right.
that's,
Zombies go before you.
yeah. I don't know what Ek's doing, but I think he's just looking at some grass or something.
Who was the one carrying the bell? Maybe that was you.
Yeah.
I think Nate, didn't you?
Yeah, Hemo at the
Alan,
time.
didn't you say
carrying
Hemo was
Bell.
carrying it?
Okay, they went
Mhm.
over. All right.
Never mind.
So I don't think if I add all these dice up, I get to 30. It's hilarious. All right. So let's go through the order as these creatures, they come stomping through the woods and they're running and they come stepping far enough out that they see you. And the first one, this large creature here, he sort of just he looks at you and he's like, whoa, what you see this giant ogre and he's carrying himself. It looks to be like a giant stick, but he's got a handle on it. And the stick has a big blunt end on the side. And he's running through the woods with this thing. He stops and he sees you and he's like, whoa. And the other ogre next to him looks over and he starts talking to him in their language. And the hobgoblin behind him looks between the legs of the ogres and yells out to attack. Okay. That means
Char goes, keep moving.
Okay.
Gashar, it is your turn. What would you like to do other than yelling at them to keep on moving?
Actually, that is what he's
Well,
going to do.
they
He will
set
yell at
the
them.
tone, so
He's also going to step up quite a bit. 10, 20 to the edge of the trees. Actually, it's daylight right now, isn't it?
It is beautiful daylight.
He's going to move into the shadows of the trees here.
All right.
And he will yell at them, keep moving. And then he'll dodge.
All right. You run
With
there.
his
and
quarterstaff
dodge.
out like he's ready to defend.
Perfect. That brings us to Hemo. Hemo, you drop the bell.
I think being in the woods is a great idea. I'm not a wood elf, but I'm still from the woods. Can I try to hide in the trees?
Well, you can get behind the trees and then try to go out and give me a hide roll. So what did you get?
19 to stealth.
oh,
That's a
nice.
good roll.
Pretty
All
good.
right. So you kind of run into the brush of the trees and kind of crawl underneath it and
Like
try
the
to hide
wood
down.
elves do.
Perfect. Okay. So that's Hemo. That brings us to, wow, so many people rolled low. Flander at a 6.
Wow.
Okay, Flander is going to run up to Eckankar and cast Enlarge on him.
All right. Eckankar, you are going to be enlarged.
Big Ek, we call him.
I can
It
get
is
used
a-
to this.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Geshar.
Ooh,
All right. Nice. Whoop. Nice.
thank you.
All right. That is Flander. That brings us to, I finally get to go.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You
it's-
rolled low too.
well, they're ogres. And yes, I did. I rolled low. So I
We
had
were all
two,
just surprised to see each other.
two whammies against me. So,
Yeah.
all right. This one's moving forward here. He runs up to you.
Geshar's about to get 2 whammies.
This one runs up to you.
Big wham.
Yeah, I
they
did
did
these
not
last
keep
time.
moving,
It
apparently.
hurts.
No,
This
you get
hobgoblin
it.
stands behind them. All right. This first ogre is going to run up and he has a giant club. Now, you've faced ogres a few times already, so you're kind of used to them, especially Waif. You know, we know Waif knows all about the ogres.
Yeah, they heard. They will ring
yes.
your bell.
So
And
he runs up.
I'm going to react to his attack too.
All right. Well, what would you like to do?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my my cutting words.
All right. And what does your
Yeah.
cutting words do?
You
Okay.
use your
Subtracting
words.
Is that a cantrip?
It's a
When a
reaction
creature-
spell. It's a reaction spell, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And within 60 feet of me. Is it within 60 feet of me?
Yeah, he
Should
is.
be.
Yep.
Yep.
Should be.
Okay.
Better run that far.
All right. And I use one of my bardic inspiration
All of them.
and roll the bardic inspiration die and subtract the number rolled from the creature's roll. And it's a, what does it say? Yeah, that would be a one. That would be a D4 at this point. So I'll roll a D4
Perfect.
and
Oh,
he gets
What'd
one
you
less.
Okay.
does
So,
that make him miss?
He goes up to you, but I do have to roll with disadvantage to attack you, right?
Mhm.
'Cause
Yep.
you're-
Yes.
All right. So he's going to miss you.
All right.
All right. The other one also has to roll with disadvantage. He runs up and he has this giant tree thing that he has in his hand. With one hand, it has a handle. The other hand is a big blunt end. It almost looks like something you would hit like the side of a door to bash it
Battering ram.
in.
Thought
Yeah.
that would have made this morning way faster, huh?
All right. My worst roll I have hits a +6 on that. It's going to hit 15.
That'll hit me.
All right. He runs up. He swings back and he spanks into the side of you.
You got spanked by a battering ram?
Yeah, that doesn't sound good, does it?
No,
Could be a sore
Yeah,
bottom.
sounds painful.
this is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
You see Gashar fly back to here
Oh
as
my
he's
God.
hit. I apologize. It's 5 feet, not 10 feet. He's pushed back to here as the thing hits you, and you are hit for 14
Ooh.
points of damage.
You hate to see it.
Ow. But not prone, I assume.
Nope, you just push back 5 feet. He just hits you so hard, it just kind of rattles your body.
You slide
And-
back in a pose.
This hobgoblin behind here just goes, and he's yelling out in his choppy goblinoid tongue. All right, that is them. That brings us to that brings us to Waif.
Waif is going to. She's going to blow this one a little kiss
And mark it.
and hex it,
All right,
and then
I'll give you a little pink little nub on there, and it'll be the
there
love
you go.
kiss.
Perfect.
Whoosh.
And then we're going
Little
to Eldritch
black.
Blast. I hit a 10.
Let's see what their armor class is. Oh, you actually came close to hitting it, but because we're not
Not
playing
quite.
horseshoes, you missed. All right. That brings us to Finnis. This thing kind of Finnis, you can see this black Icarus flakiness kind of bouncing out the top of this ogre as it sends Gashar sailing back 5 feet. It just hit him with such force. He's like, ugh.
And Alan,
Yeah.
his wisdom his wisdom is going to be at disadvantage when he does any kind of wisdom ability checks.
Awesome. Thank you. What are you going to do,
Mhm.
Finnis?
And Finnis is going to just see measure. Okay, Finnis is going to just move to here and cast Toll the Dead on these two.
Perfect. I will make my
S-
save.
Save DC 13.
All right. So the one with the pink on it with the dancing flames is going to fail, and the other one is also going to fail.
And are either of them damaged already?
No, they are not.
Okay, then they just take a D8. So it's gonna be this one. You want me to roll separately for both of them, or just the
No,
four for both?
just because it's a dual spell, just do it once.
Okay, so they take 4 points of damage, necrotic damage each.
All right.
And then I'm gonna pop my spiritual weapon right next to him in between and swing at the hobgoblin behind him.
All right. I'll get you your spiritual weapon out.
But I only hit a 10.
I'll move it to here. I will assign it to you. And you can put it to where you want it to be. Perfect. All right. That was Finnis. That brings us to round refreshing to going all the way up to the leader of the board, Gashar at 11.
11.
Eck
Somebody
didn't
needs
go.
to read. What was that?
Eck didn't go.
Oh,
I know I got that 0.08, but I still
you have
get
a 0.
third.
That's you're so low on the list.
Still, it's the bottom, but it's still there.
Also the equivalent of say 30. So
Wow. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't think of you as a 0, so I just want to let you know that.
Oh,
But you'll be going at 0. So Eckankar, go. I actually wrote a 0 and I just skipped you. That's how low that is.
that's
Fred.
yeah. No, I get that.
Yep.
So yeah, he's going to move up. Besides Gashar and strike out at this ogre.
All right. Going large mono to large mono.
Mhm. That's a 19 to hit.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. That's going to hit that guy.
That'll do. Low damage. Only 4 points of damage.
Doesn't strength give you, doesn't enlarge give you extra damage?
Does it?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Plus 4.
+4, so 8 points.
Yo,
of
you
damage.
roll a D4.
Or is
Roll
it
a
D4?
Roll a D4.
Yeah.
4. Sorry.
That's close. So 7 points of damage.
Hey, it's almost
7
And-
total?
Better than nothing.
almost
Almost
there.
double
And
your
then
damage.
he's going to make use of that new feat and do a shield bash. So
Nice.
you can either do an acrobatics or athletics and we'll see who wins.
He's doing acrobat, or he's doing athletics because he is.
I hope he's not doing
Yeah, I was
acro.
gonna
I was going to
say.
say, really? Wow.
Okay, what'd you get?
I got a 16.
All right, you win.
Actually,
All right, so I want to knock him prone.
Boom. I think it's not. It gets
Oh,
knocked prone.
so
You come
good.
running forward, your shield, big on big, just. It's like I'm picturing like two sumo wrestlers, just like massive bodies just colliding together. It's awesome.
Oh
Just
yeah.
Awesome power colliding against awesome power.
correction. For enlarge, you get advantage on strength and strength checks and strength saving throws, but you get the 1d4 extra damage.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we did.
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought it was 1d4 extra to attack.
Nope, that's fair. No,
Okay,
I don't mind you clarifying stuff. That's totally cool. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Nice. That's helpful.
Perfect. I'm glad that this feat already worked.
Boom. Feet day number 1. Feet attack
know,
number
right?
1. All right, great. That was
All right, so now Gashar.
Eckankar at the big 0.
All right, so we'll go.
Yeah, we're gonna go all the way up to number 11. This
11.
is the worst initiative round I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
So Gashar's gonna step right back where he was a second ago.
All right.
He's gonna take a quarterstaff attack on the same guy that Eck is attacking.
All right. I think you get advantage because he's prone, right? He's down.
Mhm.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I will click the old advantage button. Attack. There we go. 24 should hit, I'm assuming.
Well, yes, it
Nice.
does. Yes.
and 9 points of bludgeoning damage on that guy.
All right, you did 9 points of bludgeoning
And
damage.
then he'll actually, you know what? He's just gonna stick around here and do the same thing. He's gonna use his unarmed strike on this guy who is also down already.
Perfect.
20 should hit, I presume.
It does.
5 more points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And then I think I'm going to use the patient defense, spend a key point, and pull a dodge action once again. So hopefully if
Okay.
they try to attack him, they will miss. They missed once last time.
All right. So you used your key ability and you are now dodging. Awesome. Sweet. That is the top of the order at big number 11, Gashar. Hemo at number 9. What do you got going on? We're now hidden, sir.
I want to try to sneak through the woods around back to the hobgoblin.
Go for it. You go and give your sneak. You are sneaking at 19. So where are you going to move to?
Can I
Move at
take
half
a
speed,
full
so-
move through the
You
woods?
move at half speed. Yeah. You basically
If I take a dash, can I move at half speed and go my full 30?
I believe you can.
I think
Yes.
that's how that works.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I move to like
Remember to stay in the wooded area. If you move
here,
out in the open, there you go. Perfect. You run around there. Perfect. Boom. You're kind of following there and you're sneaking around.
I think that was 35 there.
Nice. That's Blander. What are you
And
gonna do?
I bonus action to summon my scimitars to my hands.
Scream. All right. The scimitars appear in your hand. All right. Flander, what are you gonna do?
Flander's going to move up to here, maintaining concentration on his spell. And he's going to shout out to the hobgoblin, "Hey, you got a face only a mother could love. Bet your father died laughing." And do vicious mockery.
Got him.
As your wave of insults hit him, he doesn't even seem to be bothered by it. Your puny and insignificant bardic self is nothing compared to this great and powerful hobgoblin who has these 2 giant leaders. He doesn't care.
And he knows his dad loved him before he died.
Yes. There were many hugs. They were the clan of the many hug. All right. That brings us to
Wasted that insult.
that brings us to them. This hobgoblin runs up. He has his weapon in hand. He's going to try to strike at that large creature, that large and a ooh, I rolled a 15. Let's see what I believe he might have actually hit you. Maybe not though. He hit you with an 18.
He does not hit.
Yeah, your armor is
Clangs off the shield.
nice. All right, this guy here is going to stand up, and he looks at you, and then he looks at Eckankar, and then he looks at you.
Looks back down. Tiny guy.
Yeah. And he's decided she's gonna try to hit you. Now it's still attacking with disadvantage, right? Because you used your key point. Oh, he missed you. All right.
Nice.
The other one is also going to try to hit you, but you are
Still
clearly
dodging.
still dodging. Oh, my lowest is 11.
That'll miss.
Hold on. I rolled an 11.
Oh, yeah.
And then he has a bonus of 6. So he
Yeah,
hits
he'll hit.
17. Boom.
I got excited for a second.
Yeah.
Faked me out.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
It's all good.
So I go +4. Ooh, I rolled terribly low though. Hit for 10. Oof. Where are you at for hit points?
To about a third right now.
Okay,
One more of those and he'll probably go unconscious.
that's not good. Let's hope that doesn't happen. All right.
And then they'll eat him. I'm sure.
These random creatures that were wandering through the woods heading south it seemed like they were moving at a specific clip going somewhere. They had made their turn, and that brings us to Waif. Waif, you are still there. What are you going to do?
I will Eldritch Blast again, the one I have hexed. 17 this time.
17 will hit it.
All right. And 6 necrotic, so 14 total points of damage.
Ooh, that's great. 14.
Nice. You added the
And
necrotic enforce onto that. Click. Very cool.
yep,
Oh,
I
you
put
hit
it
it.
on a global damage thing.
Very nice. All right. That is Waif. That
Then I
brings
move
us to
also.
Finnis.
I'm gonna yet again, just from back here, cast another Toll the Bells, Toll the Dead. All right, so Toll the Bells, the two trolls have to make the wisdom saving throw.
I actually made both of them.
All right,
That's
nothing happens to them, and then
shocking.
the spiritual weapon swings for 10 on one of the trolls.
Hits for 10 points of damage.
Or does 10 hit?
No, I swear. 10 does not hit. Their armor
10 does
class is
not
a
hit.
little better than that, yeah. And they're ogres, not
nothing
trolls, to be clear, but that's okay, cool.
Classic Finnis whiff round.
Well, 13 is like right in that half and half because creatures usually have a +1 or -1 for the most part of this level. So it's just a little bit of you should three out of 5 you should probably hit. All right. That was Finnis, and if I feel like there's just nothing left. What's when there's nothing left? What's that? That's a 0, right?
The big old
Who would go at a
the big
0?
old 0.
A moron.
Brave,
honestly. I don't
brave.
know.
Sir Eckankar.
Brave.
All right. There's
Yeah.
nothing. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, he's gonna go after this ogre again with his warhammer.
Come on.
Oh,
Yeah, it's only a 5, so that's
Oh, darn. That would have been so nice. You missed.
yeah. But then bonus action again. He's gonna try to knock him down.
You did it
So-
last time.
Yeah,
I doubt you're gonna do it this time unless you roll really good.
let's give it a shot.
See it coming this time.
13 this time.
Not this time. No, he beat you by quite a bit. So you kind of hit him with just he must have been, he was like I'm ready for you this time. He wasn't
Yeah.
not quite ready for you. Last time he got knocked
Okay.
down, he stands up, and this time he kind of braces himself. He's not going to take that lying down. All right. Let's go at the top of the order here. Yashar, what are you gonna do?
All right. I'm gonna take another quarterstaff attack at the guy we've been attacking.
All right.
Does 11 hit? I forget.
Let me see if that
11 already.
hits him. It does hit him, yes.
Perfect. So 8 points of bludgeoning on that guy.
Oh, 8 points. Nice.
And then I'm going to actually do an turn around and
Oh,
surprise kick
Nice.
the top guy here. I had a crit, but didn't roll so well on the damage.
It's okay.
In fact, I rolled minimum damage on him. So 5 points of surprise kick to the knee.
You gotta
And
hit it.
since-
He's tall, so you gotta like really kick high to hit him in the knee.
Since I've attacked both of them, I'm going to use my mobile ability at this point to move away from them without provoking any opportunity attacks.
Perfect. Go for it.
So he's going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he stops and he runs back and he says, "Oh, Blender, can you heal me?" 30.
All right, you do that. That means you are going to go to
Let's stay at 11. It's fine. Oh,
Emo.
I see what you're saying it was next.
Emo.
All right. I'm going to move as quietly as I can up behind this guy, and I'm going to try to slash the back of his leg with my scimitar.
All right, he
Do I
doesn't
get a-
see you there. He as you come jumping out, he's shocked. He doesn't see
Sneak
there.
attack.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get to attack with advantage.
Woo! All right, here comes the first scimitar. That is the item. This is the attack.
Ooh,
I got
nice,
an
there you go.
18.
All right, your first attack, you get the advantage. The other one doesn't. But you got an
9
18
points
and
to
you do hit him. How much damage do you do?
9-point slashing damage on my main hand.
Nice.
And I'll take a bonus action attack with my offhand.
Snickety snick.
That's a 10 to hit.
I'll miss. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. That is Emo. That brings us to Flander.
Lander says to Gishar, yes, and I will cast Cure Wounds on him at the 2nd level.
Thank you.
Okay. And so you get that's
Drum roll, please.
okay, so let's come on now.
2d8 plus 4.
2d8, yep, 2d8 plus 4.
Ooh, well,
So 13.
better than nothing.
Yep. So 13 points. Yep.
Thank you. All right. Healed up nicely.
All right. That is
Oh, and one more thing. I said I can do a bonus action
what would you
on
like to do?
this. I would like to look at this ogre here. He says, "You obviously obviously didn't know that hobgoblin's mother there, ogre," and do vicious mockery on him.
All right, so you can. I want to be clear. So you cast a spell and you can vicious mockery every round. Is that right? So I want to make sure you can do that as a bonus action. Is
Yes.
that right? Okay,
I
want to
believe
make
so.
sure.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Maybe vicious mockery is an action. Is it?
Want to make sure we get that.
It's an
right.
action. It's an action. Sorry, I can't.
Yeah.
do
So
that.
vicious mockery is an action. So you won't be
Is
able to do
not a bonus action. So
that. Yeah, we had a
I
little bit
can't do
of
that.
we had a little issue last time with that with
Yes.
some extra actions being done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I want to
so
make sure
no,
we're calling it out right. Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Yeah. So right.
I
So
just in my mind that just because it was a cantrip, it was a bonus action, but no, it is not.
Right. Yeah. So we want to make sure we keep that straight.
Was it healing word
Yeah.
plus that is what you did in the past?
Yeah, you can do healing word as a
healing word is a bonus action, yeah.
So you can do vicious mockery and the healing word is a bonus
In the
spell.
same
right?
round. You can do
Yeah,
those
But
two.
that's a level spell.
Yeah.
Yep.
That takes one of your levels. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So
Sorry about that.
that's all right. If you think you're getting a Christmas card, you're sorely mistaken now. All right. There we go. That is
I wanted a Christmas card too.
all right. That was Flander the Fallible. Now we go
Yeah.
to all right. This creature here, he yells out something. Eckankar, you're gonna get an attack of opportunity on this one if you so choose to take it.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. I had advantage on. That's an 8 then.
Dang. This one runs down to here,
Oh geez.
and he's making an attack because he moves way faster than 30.
Did you run right past me?
Nope.
Okay, good.
No, you're right here. Or you're right here, right? So he can clearly easily run right,
can run
right
around,
there,
yeah.
right there. Yeah. No, and
But
still
he
have,
specifically went around me.
yeah. Well,
Oh, I'm feeling like I'm a threat now.
Yeah. all right. He's gonna hit armor class. I rolled a 12, and then let's see what the hit is. +6 is 18.
Yeah, it hits.
All right. This guy's gonna hit you with the battering ram.
Oh,
That one hurt.
You still have resistance for savings throws, I think.
He's gonna hit you for 20 points of
Oh.
damage,
Holy moly.
and you are launched back 5 feet.
yep.
How many hit points do you have left?
16.
Good. Good deal.
Yikes.
This guy here is going to attack.
So he gets Hellish Rebuke.
Oh yeah.
He has a
There we
DC 14 saving throw.
Yeah, he does. Are you gonna burst into flame?
Oh, fuck yeah.
The dex.
Yeah, it's a dex base, right? So
So
I think he failed.
Yep.
Well, how
So
much
he
damage did he
takes
take?
19 total.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow.
19 points of damage.
3 necrotic and 16
Mhm.
fire.
hmm
Oh,
Wow.
that's a pretty accurate rebuke. He hit you for 20. You took
You did
19
it. Yeah,
back.
that was awesome. I'm trying to do the math in my head though. And
Oh,
okay.
plus 3 more because I cast it at a higher level.
Mhm.
So 21,
Okay.
22.
22.
Nice.
Holy
Jesus,
moly.
that is a rebuke. You rebuked him 100+%.
That's gotta hurt.
That's great. That's awesome. Great. That's awesome. That is
One of the guys.
the goblin number 1. Now the other one is going to attack.
Now the sizes are all mismatched. There's the big ogre attacking Hemo, and then there's the little hobgoblin
All right.
attacking their big Ek.
Sizes are all
Is
off.
that? Yeah,
The size mismatch going on.
I know. All right, the
And
other
I
ogres.
lost constitution. I lost concentration on the hex. So he's no longer hexed now.
All right, he's non-hexed. He's hex free. All right, the ogre is attacking Hemo. Ooh, I missed terribly. All right, and then this hobgoblin here is going to attack Eckankar. You're both heavily armored. You both have shields. You both have weapons. It's a weapon and shield versus weapon and shield.
One of you weighs 8 times as
Ooh.
much as you used to, though.
I think I actually hit you. Let's see here for the first time. For the first time in forever. All right, I hit a +3, so I had armor class 20.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, you're gonna feel this in the morning. You're down 5.
Subtract. What type of damage is that?
That is slashing.
Okay, let me make sure. Yeah, so subtract 3 from that. I only take 2. Ooh.
That's awesome. All right. Hobgoblin slashes at you. Your heavy armor just is laughing at it. All right, that brings us to Waif.
All right. I cast darkness.
All right.
You basically ink.
So yeah, I totally ink.
It must be surprising hitting a small child though, and then just taking 20 points of fire damage. Like,
Right.
it's like suddenly realizing that you're attacking something way scarier than it looks.
All right, you cast darkness. What else are you gonna do?
Oh, I'm gonna move.
All right.
Is this difficult terrain or no?
No, these woods are not considered difficult terrain. They're just woods.
Importantly for me, though, dark woods,
Yes.
slightly shaded.
All right, let me move the map down a little bit. You're gonna have to move a little bit back and forth so you can see Waif ran all the way down here into the woods. She is surrounded by darkness, which is gonna give that creature disadvantage to hit you. All right. That brings us back up. Waif inks up. That brings us to Finnis. Finnis, what do you got?
Not close to each other anymore, but that's okay. Just another swing.
You're gonna swing with your
Spiritual weapon. Yep. On the ogre, 13 to hit.
that will hit him.
5 points of force damage.
All right, you hit him for 5 points. Kind of cuts it in his back.
And then this guy down here, I'm going to toll the bells him as well.
All right, 13 is my save. It's a wisdom save, right?
Yep.
All right. Ooh. I think he has a -1, which means he's gonna fail. Let me confirm that. No, he actually okay, yeah, he fails. How much damage did he take?
Fails. He takes 4 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, that wasn't a great roll.
No,
Okay,
unfortunately not.
nice. Good job though, Finnis. All right, we're all the way at the bottom where nothing is. So I'm just gonna scrape the bottom, like when you're gonna clean the frying pan and you're just gonna scrape it. There's nothing left. Like who would have a 0?
He looks like upset about this.
I don't know how much more I can take, guys.
We're just okay. What are you gonna
All
do?
that armor must slow you down, huh?
No, it's really heavy. You don't understand.
It's like he's carrying a bell all the time.
Okay, so Eck is going to leave this hobgoblin and go after the ogre. He'll take the attack of opportunity if you want to take it at him.
I miss you.
Okay.
Seriously, I miss you. I wish you'd come around more often. Seriously, where are you gonna go? Gonna run up there? Go for it.
Run up to the ogre, and I'm gonna attack him.
All right, go for it.
14 to hit,
That will hit.
and then that deals 6, and then another. So 8 points of damage.
All right, you hit him and he goes down. Yeah. He runs
Whoa.
forward as his big ram he has goes fumbling off in front of him into the grasses.
Nice. All right, perfect. Yeah, he's not gonna
Nice.
let nobody hit Waif like that.
Oh no, you didn't.
Neither
All
is
right.
Wave. Wave's right there.
Right.
Pinned down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wave bolted.
Yeah, she got out of
All
there.
right, Gashar, what are you gonna do?
He's going to run past this hobgoblin again and right up to this guy as he says, I told you to walk by.
Okay.
Now you died. The other guy did for sure.
Sure.
And then, yeah, he's going to hit him with his quarter staff,
Come on.
doing lots of, he hit to 25
Yep, and you are flanking too.
and flanking.
Yeah.
So more than 25. And 5 points of bludgeoning damage on the big boy.
You're right.
And I followed up with a,
Boot to the head.
yep, absolutely.
He's got
14.
his head is 10 feet up, so
Maybe not the head. Maybe not this time. Is it 14 hit though?
Yeah.
Yeah. 6 more points. That
Nice.
time.
You're thinking the wrong head.
Oh yeah. He'll kick that head.
Thanks for clarifying. I feel like I'm well informed. Okay. All right, good job. All right, Gashar runs up. Boom. All right, that brings us to Hemo. Hemo, what are you gonna do?
Humo's gonna keep fighting this ogre. So he's gonna take a scimitar attack. 20 to hit, dirty 20. 11 points of slashing damage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is a really good sword.
Yeah, you did. You have a second attack too, right?
Yeah, but it's less of a fancy sword, and that's only an 8 to hit. So
No, you're keep using the fancy sword.
Don't wait. You
I
were
reckon-
flanking. That's only gonna be a 10. Oh, it's a scimitar. Never mind.
Yeah. All right. That is Hemo. That brings us to Flander.
Okay. Flander is going to move over to Eckankar, and he's going to tell him, you got this guy. He's got a weak jaw, and give him bardic inspiration.
All right. You've been inspired.
And tell the hobgoblin that you had your chance before. Now you're going to get it. And do vicious mockery on him.
All right. So putting the giving bardic inspiration is a bonus action.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. And I have a saving throw. And I completely failed that miserably.
So he takes a whopping 1d4, I think. Yeah, yes, 1d4 of psychic damage. 2 points of psychic damage.
All right. That is Flander. That brings us to
Yes.
my dude.
He also has disadvantage on his next attack too. So
Good to know. Good to know. All right. This guy here is kind of cornered here by quite a bit. So he moves to here and then moves to here. And then is going to attack Gashar with disadvantage. Ooh, you're so lucky. You got hit, but now it's a 20 because you had disadvantage. So I got a 13 plus this is a regular ogre, and they do, I think they do plus 6, they do 19.
That'll hit.
But the 20 would have been devastating. So that disadvantage you just did Graham, sure helped them out a lot.
Thank you.
sure thing.
You hit for 17.
Oh, that takes out most of the more than the
Where are you
health
at right
that
now?
You just gave me. Now I'm down to 6.
6, big 6.
I've been taking a lot of hits this combat.
Yeah, you have. Well, you run forward,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Formed a nice line with him.
It's a good thing is you have disadvantage when you do like the dodging,
Mhm.
but your armor class is a little bit
Right,
low
right.
still. So yeah.
He's gonna have to get a big old shield like Mr. Shield guy over there with the shield.
Hey,
Like
that's
this
my
guy
shield.
here
Get
takes
outta
a
here.
5-foot step, and he's going to attack you with flanking.
Hemo does have a shield strapped to him that he's not using.
Oh, I rolled a 16 plus 3 is
That'll hit
19.
him.
You're going to hit 1d8 plus 1 for 3. Are you still up?
Yeah.
I thought you would be. He hits you for almost the minimum on
Oof.
damage.
It still hurts.
Yeah. All right. That is them. That brings us to Waif, the darkened soul.
The inky.
Waif, what are you and your darkened soul going to do today?
Move to there, and I will Eldritch Blast the ogre
All right.
with advantage.
Come on, hit it.
I
What'd
hit
you
an
get?
11.
11 will be enough to
11?
hit the ogres. Yeah, they're not they're kind of sluggish. So you did hit them, no problem.
9 points total.
9 points total damage.
Damn.
All right.
Warlocks hurt.
Boom. You see this thing kind of wavering. All right, that is it is now Finnis's turn. Yes.
Finnis is going to run up to Gashar and cast a second level Cure Wounds.
Yes.
And then he will also
Thank you. That was max.
Max
swing
damage,
with
max healing. Nice.
Spiritual Weapon 19 on the big troll.
Oh,
19 on the
19
big
to
troll.
hit, 10 to damage.
That 10 points of damage.
Yep.
ogre.
Boom. Done.
Woo!
Nice. All right. All right, that is going to be
Finish.
Finnis. All right, bottom of the batting order. Cleanup. Batting about 334 for the season. Eckankar, what are you going to do?
All right, we're gonna run up to the hobgoblin.
How strong is this guy without his pets?
Oh, we're going to find out, aren't we?
Are you done yet, Mr. Hobgoblin?
No, he's not dead
20
yet.
to hit.
Oh,
20 to hit will hit him.
I'm going to do 10 damage and then another d4. So 14 points of damage.
All right, you hit
Right.
him. You run up on you, smack him with your war hammer, crushing on top of his head. You see, he's looking over at you when he comes running up, and he turns, and as he does, this big hammer comes in and caves in part of his face. It just kind of spins around.
Bouchard ducks as much
And
blood
as
splats
splat-
over his
splat-
head.
like, sprays around, but you duck out of the way, spraying out and all over Finnis.
Ugh.
Actually, I was gonna turn back to Flander and be like, I could get used to this.
All right.
Good hit.
There's nothing left but soil.
I told them to keep moving.
Nice. Okay. You
Wow.
destroyed the three of them. They were running through the woods, going somewhere.
I wonder if they were afraid of something. What is to the north?
You can certainly walk, go and wander and find out if you want.
No. Eck, you're very tall. What is to the north?
Can I guess I'll do
You
a
see the
percep-
light woods. You see the light. There's light woods that go to the north. They're not as heavy as like the Neverwinter woods, but there's a field of light woods all the way to the north. So you can't really quite see over the trees because you're tall, but you're not taller than like the 16 to 20-foot trees. So
Do you see
Yeah,
any
'cause-
dragons?
No, I just see more woods. I don't see anything.
Here, climb on my shoulders.
I think you got that the
see-
wrong way around, right?
Yes.
He's like, with a 10 strength.
Yep.
It's like Bambi
He forgets-
versus
he forgets-
Godzilla.
He forgets he used to be stronger.
Okay, we're out of combat, seriously. So what would
Yep.
you like to do?
So is Waif, is your darkness still up? Or is it? I'm sorry.
no, not combat is ending.
Okay, so Eck is gonna run over and lay on hands you for 15 points of health.
All right. You
15.
right,
15.
Oh, thank
right,
you.
Waif, you've been laid on hands.
So we search these bodies.
You can search him if you
I
wish.
found something on one of them. He had a big stick.
This one seems
Yeah, he has a
to be
giant-
carrying out a tree.
Yeah, both of these weapons require you to be large or bigger to use. So the ogre has a great club, which you can take. So as long as you are large, you can use the great club. That great club does a lot of damage. So feel free to
It's
take it if you want.
Keep it for when you get enlarged.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have it on my back. So
You just
next
put like a
time.
massive club on your back. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Can I get up?
No, the spell says it enlarges your weapons. So if you're small and you
Oh my
have the
God.
giant thing, does it become even bigger?
Yes, it
Which then
would.
you couldn't,
like,
then you couldn't
think-
wield
And
it.
you won't be able to wield it
Yes.
because it'd be
Yeah.
huge to wield it.
So
It
no
would be
matter
a
what, I
huge
can't
weapon.
wield this weapon.
Well, you can drop it on the ground and then get enlarged and then pick it up.
Or
Yeah,
get
like in
enlarged,
that
grab
quick
it,
second.
and then shrink back down.
Yep. Okay.
It's,
There's a workaround here.
there's a lot of
Wait a
there's a lot of
second.
action economy to make that work.
Wait
But
a
anyway,
second, what happens if you let go of a weapon that you were enlarged with? Does it get tiny again?
I don't know. It's a good
I feel
question.
like that's
Yes.
up to Flander, right?
But that-
If you
that-
start concentrating on
Ooh,
it.
that ogre has 12 gold pieces on him.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's got it just sitting in his pocket.
Obviously, the hobgoblin has a magical
Yeah.
shield, right?
You can go to
We'll give that to Flander.
All right. You see that the hobgoblin has with him a chain shirt. He has a shield. He has a scimitar. He has with him 9 gold, and he has with him a potion.
Mm.
Ooh.
Do we have any way of finding that out?
To use
Like-
it to identify a potion. And by the way, I mistakenly did something in the adventure before, but because you rolled a 20, I was fine with it. To identify any item, you need to cast a identify spell, or you can sit with it during a long rest. For potions specifically, you can use an Arcana check or an insight check to determine what they are. For scrolls, you just got to be able to read them. So
Sorry, I remember in Pathfinder, I think there was some sort of system where like you take like a little nip and you're able to tell what it is.
So technically speaking, in this game, that's what they say, that you could just tell what potions are. But I like there to be a little bit of mystery to something. So I just make either an insight or an Arcana check just to identify them. It's not very hard, but
Sure.
just
I made an 18 Arcana check.
this is a potion of climbing.
Ooh. Okay.
Man, we could have used those last time, huh? A lot of slipping down the walls.
When you drink this potion, you gain a climbing speed equal to your walking speed for 1 hour.
Wow.
They must have made fun of this ogre. Like,
It was actually on the hobgoblin.
oh,
I was gonna say the ogres had more money than the hobgoblin. That feels
Yeah, the hobgoblin had 9 gold. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And then this guy here with the battering ram, he has nothing on him. Unless you really, really want a dirty, kind of gross loincloth. All right, what are you guys gonna do?
Well,
You gonna put the bell back on?
oh, do I really have to? All right.
we'll
Well,
give
it
it
is.
to Hemo.
Oh boy. Real quick, Hemo's gonna try to see if he can pick up some kind of trail. I mean, these ogres leave pretty big footprints.
Give me a survival roll.
10.
You look around and there is a vague trail. You can try to follow what you think it might be a trail that they came from. You're not sure.
Well, there's no sense getting lost in the Neverwinter wood for a not sure. So Hemo's going to give up on figuring out where these guys came from.
We know that the
Yes.
castle Craigma is to the north. Maybe they were coming from there. Let's mark this spot and we can head north from here later.
Could be. Hemo
goes over.
slashes a perfect H into a tree on the side of the road.
Thank you. As I was just gonna say, like, let's just mark this one tree right here.
It looks like Hemo's done this like 100 times. He just
Gashar
goes-
just puts a pin in his Google map.
mask of Hemo.
Oh yeah.
Action.
Nice. Okay. So you head back off on the Triboar Trail. All right, I will move the map. So you were about right here when that happened.
All right.
like right about here. So you're halfway through your journey. All right, you're gonna keep moving back down toward Phandalin.
Absolutely.
I'm going to show you on the map where you believe the mountain toe mine is. You believe it is right there
I was so wrong.
from your general description. You're not 100% sure, but that's about where you think it is.
Okay.
Cool.
You get some
All right.
silver. Silver weapon.
So it sounds like a good thing to explore once we get this silver to a blacksmith.
All right, you're gonna head to the Phandalin then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. You travel a little bit farther into the evening. I'm assuming you're going to rest as you travel all day. You'll take levels of
Yeah.
exhaustion if you don't.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. You go ahead and rest. And at the end of the second day, you find yourself wandering into Phandalin. It is late. It's still barely light out. You think it's gonna be light for maybe another hour and a half or so.
Are there
And-
still nights here of the Neverwinter?
All right. So here's I'll tell you what's going on. Yeah, you have to let me get to my,
We got notes and stuff.
I have like notes and stuff.
Oh my
I'll just make this crap up as I go.
Oh my God.
Things have been
prepared.
happening. Yeah.
Make it up while you go, as long as you take notes while you're making it up.
Our DM is doing things. What?
Yeah.
That's new.
Oh, like,
You skipped a bunch of stuff, so I have to scroll past all my hard work. That required a lot of typing skills. Okay. All right.
Note to
You
yourself,
do this.
go
you do
north
this.
later.
Well, I had a bunch of stuff that could happen at the Wyvern Tour, but we'll get there later. Okay, maybe. All right. PC's return to Phandalin. I got to find that in my notes. And search. Okay. All right. As you walk into town, you come walking down the long trail. You can see that the town is eerily light from the north. The number of people are not out as you would expect in the town. You can see that most of the town seems barren at first when you first walk in. You're walking in from the north here, and I will change to the Phandalin map. All right. So you can see as you're wandering into the town that the area just here where normally people are in the early evening as the night is kind of winding down. There are usually some people around, but you don't see many people here at all. In fact, you see nobody.
It's not frosty, is it?
No, it isn't. And you're not getting the feeling that the town was sacked or anything. You're not seeing fires or anything like that, but you're not seeing anything right away. What are you guys going to do?
Start looking for were-rats.
Start looking for were-rats. All right. Yeah. Give me a perception roll. See how many were-rats you find.
Sounds good. Otherwise, keep walking into
Don't
town.
give me a perception roll. Go ahead.
Doing that right now. Ooh, 2.
All right. It could be worse. You could get a 0. Like if you get a 0, that's pretty bad. 2 is okay.
I rolled a natural 1, so
I'm never gonna leave this one down.
Well, yeah. You usually you get teased for the duration of the night. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And then it resets the next time.
At least I did
Unless
okay in combat that time. You know.
After a long rest, yeah.
Yeah. After a long rest, you're no longer okay. All right. You look around. You don't see anything.
I'm
Wait.
gonna look for knights because they could be anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
7.
All right. You keep walking through town. Are you going to stop anywhere as you get close to here? You can see that Barthen's Provisions is currently closed.
is the smithy boarded up?
The smithy is also boarded up.
Hmm.
You're not sure why. What are you going to do? Going to keep walking down?
Shall we go to the inn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get we should check out the inn. If that's dead, I feel like there's something going on, something wrong.
Those damn
Yeah.
red cloaks are back.
All right. As you walk out here, you come walking around, you kind of reach down here. You can see some people that are over here next to this building. They're two people who you've never met before, but they look like they would be any other people in town. You can give me a chance to have seen them before if you want to check. Because there are a number of people in town. They seem to be talking in muttered voices, and they look over at you in concern. That as the group is going on, they're just two people that are talking to each other, and they kind of look at you like in concern.
Well, they know, the townspeople generally know who we are at this point.
Yeah, they don't seem like they are trying to hide from you or anything. They just seem to be engrossed in conversation.
Well, I guess I would
I think
sense
Ek-
motive on them, basically.
Give me a sense motive. Give me an insight check.
Yes. 10.
You're not sure about them. They just seem to be engrossed in a. They could be having a lovers. They could be having a lovers quarrel. They could be talking about the price of eggs. You're not really exactly sure.
I think Ek is gonna walk up and be like, "It's walk up to them."
Yeah.
And she's like, "It seeming a little quiet tonight. Where is everyone?"
Give me a charisma roll. This is a straight up charisma roll. You can use a proficiency bonus if you have any skills in persuasion.
Okay, I do have persuasion, so should I roll that instead of a charisma?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, 17.
All right. One woman looks at you and she says, "Don't you know?"
We've been gone for a day or two. What seems to be going on?
Just to clarify, it's a 2-day trip. It took 2 days
Okay.
to get there. It took 2 days to get back, and you spent a night there. So it's
so,
been
like, we've
it's been pretty much 4.5 days since you've been gone. And
Been gone,
this is when you came in. You can see that sort of this is the first day where it's sort of not obviously a full moon. So the moon has been waning. So you had 3 evenings of full moon, and usually a full moon lasts about 3 days. So it's kind of starting to wane right now, but it's still daylight out. But as you say, she says there was an attack. She stumbles and she turns and she starts crying into the man's shoulder, and the man looks concerned, and he's, as much as she is crying, you can see he's equally upset. And he says, I don't know what you're doing, but we're leaving this town. This town isn't safe anymore. And they moved to leave. They literally push past you and they begin walking toward this way.
Wait, no.
Looking back at you, and they said they're dead. They're all dead.
Who's dead?
And they move around this corner, and they're basically moving out of range from you. You can chase them down if you wish.
No.
No.
To Sister Gariel.
Yeah.
Starts running over to Sister Gariel's place.
All right, you run around here. This place seems very, very quiet right now. You can see in the distance, way down here. Way down here. You can see in the distance, way down here, there is a man and woman who are with a bunch of children, and they are just feverishly throwing stuff on a cart. They have a small mule, and they just seem to be running back and forth from here to here. And it's hard to see around the corner, but they're just like throwing stuff on a cart. All right, you come walking around the corner here, and you can go up to Sister Guriel's house.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock.
All right, you knock on the door. There is no response.
I look back at everybody. Did y'all come around too?
Yeah.
He actually also looks
Yeah.
right towards Waif, because I know that Waif stayed here and had a little bit of more of a connection.
All right.
He'll knock again.
All right, you knock again to no response.
Hmm.
Nothing seems to be out of sorts.
We
you know what I mean?
know.
Windows are fine. The doors are fine.
He'll
Yeah,
open
we
the door.
know. We know there's a couple of other entrances.
You open the door. It is not locked.
Oh,
You walk in, and it seems like everything is intact. You see the maps that she had out there before still laying out. Probably never thought to pack them up. You see her desk is just as disheveled as it always has sort of been. You can see that the kitchen is fairly clean, as is the glasses and things have been cleaned. You don't see any signs that there has been any struggle here.
What sort of attack? in which everyone just leaves. What
Yeah,
about the
like,
back door?
does the town look like it was in a siege?
No,
or
in
anything?
fact, it looks perfectly fine.
Bloody.
You just don't see you see in the distances, you can see one or two people moving around, but normally in the evening, you would see more of like in the dozens of people, and now you're seeing one or two. And you, as I said, over here you could see there was a wagon with a mule and a couple people with kids on the back and a couple of people just throwing stuff into the wagon. You can see them off the
Eck
distance.
is gonna turn to the crowd and be like, I'll be right back, and he's gonna head to that family.
All right, you head down toward the family, and as you do, the door to the town master's hall opens, and out from there steps Colin, and he looks at you and he says, "Oh, Sir Eckankar, you're back. I'm glad you're alive."
Yes, we're back. But what happened here? Everyone's seeming out of sorts. They said there was an attack.
Everyone's south of here, down the miners' road. There was an attack last night.
Wait, there was a-
Something attacked the town, and something took several of the miners and some of the miner families. We don't know what happened. They just disappeared. But worse, the knights from Neverwinter, they're all dead.
What? Dead?
Neverwinter.
How is that
Nights?
possible?
I don't know. I can take you down. Most of the town is down there right now. But those people around here, people are leaving. They're just up and leaving.
Where is Gariel?
She's down the miners' trail with the rest of them. I know that Lenine's down
Wave takes
there.
off.
I saw Quellen down there.
Yeah, I think Hemo is gonna ditch the bell. Maybe just by
Let's
the
not do
shrine.
that.
Well, he can't fight carrying this thing.
Hey, chucks the bell.
It's a 70-pound bell.
The door. He'll see everybody running.
I'll put it behind Gariel's house.
I'm
You
sure you
said it
could.
near-
I'm sure you could yell at Colin. You watch this.
Okay.
I don't trust Colin anymore. we can place it in her house.
All right. Yeah. Sounds
Are you
fine.
gonna run over and put the bell inside of Sister Gariel's house? All right, no problem. The door's open. You can walk in
And then
and
we'll close it.
put the bell down. The bell kind of wobbles around, lands as you set it down. All right, you leave and close the door behind you. Where are you guys gonna go?
Miners Trail.
To the south border.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
We can run. We can run a little ways.
All right, you head down.
Kashar will just keep pace with you, Wave.
Yeah.
You head
It is-
down
yeah.
the miners' trail, down this way.
You said you ran first, so I assume you're kind of in front. But after, yeah,
A second, you're already caught up.
yeah, he'll just keep up with
And
you.
then passing.
So that's what I'm saying. I would have probably passed, but he doesn't.
All right.
Could literally run circles.
As you
around.
run up, you can see
All of us.
a collection of small miner houses, and they're very tiny. They only have like a door, not really any windows, and a lot of these miners just build these almost like shack houses to live in. And a lot of them mine to the east. Some of them mine to the south, but the south is very dangerous. The south has some knolls, and there's been eggheads spotted down there.
And were rats.
But as you approach, you can see a good part of the town as you can hear the din as you walk down the miners' trail, and you can see that a good part of the town is collected there. And you can start hearing the people just talking amongst themselves, like almost like a bunch of little geese, just the humming that is almost impossible to pick out any one voice, but they're all talking low, but the low collection together creates a wave of sound. In the mist, you can see walking amongst there, you can see Sister Gariel and Lenine are feverishly talking to somebody else who you can't make out. You can clearly see that Harbin Wester is there, and he's talking to a bunch of the crowd people as you approach.
Gross.
What are you all going to do? You're outside the crowd. You're approaching the crowd. What's your actions? What do you want to do?
Waif's going to approach Sister Gariel, and she's going to take out a silver piece.
All right, you're gonna push through the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Bashar will
All right.
help for sure.
Yeah, you push your way through the crowd, and you get through the crowd. And as you do, you can see Lenine and Sister Gariel are talking to Quellen, and Lenine, you can hear Lenine say, well, we don't know how we're going to keep the stability of this town. I have a trading post, and half the people are thinking of leaving now. We've worked for this for 4 years. And she looks over at you, and it's just, you kind of interrupt as you appear. And Sister Gariel looks and says, Waif, you're back.
We are back.
So I take her hand in mine. Does she let me have it?
She doesn't seem to fight you. Yeah.
And I drive the silver piece, firmly into her hand.
Okay. Okay.
No reaction.
No. I'm no. Yeah.
So then
no.
I will go to Lenine and like reach for her hand.
Okay.
What
All
was
right.
this attack? What
What's that?
happened?
And then
Sister Gariel says, last night there was an attack from the south here. The knights went out to meet them. They were fired on their miner's trail. By the time the rest of us got there, it was over. They're all there. They're all dead. You can see she's pointing past the crowd. Now you see a bunch of the crowd gathering around here. So you think you have to move past the crowd. There's a bunch of shack housing nearby.
What attacked them?
And you hear Harbin over there talking, and he's talking to the crowd. He goes, let me tell you, everything is fine. I don't know what we need to concern about. And he kind of looks at you, and when he sees you, he kind of gives you that kind of like
More trouble? Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Do you know what attacked them?
Who are you gonna ask?
Sister Gariel and Lenine, since we're kind of talking to them right now.
Sister Gariel looks back, and she says, she looks up, she walks up to you, and she says, Did you get it? Did you get it?
Yes.
There's nothing you can do about this right now.
There might be.
She seems kind of frustrated. She's more concerned, more or less, by whether you have this item that she wanted.
We heard news of were rats. He'll say quietly.
She looks at you and she says,
Was it that?
Were rats? We don't know that. Were rats?
Probably not this, but we heard news east.
Harbin seems to think it's the orcs, and you hear behind you. Oh no, it ain't the orcs. It's the ankheads. And you look and you can see Connor walking up to you.
We did fight the ink. Oh yes, Connor.
He walks up to you and he says, "It's most likely the ankheads." Yeah.
The who? Eggheads?
Car looks back at our crew. Somebody's good at survival in our crew. I'm sure of it.
Now you weren't around Hemo, so you don't know what he's talking about. You can certainly ask the question.
Let us inspect them. Come.
Yeah, could I do would it be a survival or would it be like a medicine check on the bodies to see kind of like what the damage could have been done by?
It will be possibly a combination of both. So survival might give you some indication of like if it was natural damages or creatures or something that did it. Medicine might help you determine if it was like poison, things like that did it.
All right. I'll do a medicine check on the bodies.
All right. You walk around through the crowd and where these bodies are, and you can hear Harbin is addressing the crowd, and he's talking to them. You can see Quellen and Lenine and Sister Gariel are talking to themselves. Connor's doing his thing. You walk past her, and as you emerge into the bodies are a little bit away from where all the little huts are, these little houses, these tiny houses. They're kind of out in a field area. But you walk up to the first one, and you almost lose your lunch. So much so you're like, oh. what you find is that the bodies of these soldiers have been ripped into, torn into, and you find that not only do they have bite marks all over their bodies, but some of them, their throats have literally been ripped out.
Jesus.
This isn't an orc attack. This isn't what they do.
No,
But strangely enough, you also find elements of where these knights have been thrust into by weapons. It could be a short sword, could be a spear, some kind of a piercing or thrusting weapons have definitely also caused damage here.
We had an attack with the Inkheads before, and didn't they have sharp sort of front pincers almost?
Yeah, but they kind of cut and sliced. They probably you don't think this is it. But some of these, not all of them, but some of these knights have literally been ripped open and kind of torn apart.
Just entrails everywhere.
Yeah. Why don't you give me some survival rolls, those of you who are investigating the bodies?
I'm pretty terrible at survival, but
So am
give it
I.
a shot.
Especially
Oh,
bad
Is that I
today.
can give
I got a 15.
Nice. What'd you get, Eckankar?
For survival, I got a 9, but medicine, I got a 15.
Okay. And so you got a 15 for survival?
Yep.
Okay. So Hemo.
Yeah.
You're doing a quick calculation here just by staring at this thing. And
Can't be
you-
orcs, right? They were all archers.
you think that you're looking around and the pieces don't add up. They don't add up. Like parts of these beings are missing. It's not just something ripped apart to kill it. It was something that was been in some ways taken. You see parts of thighs, like just pieces of it just missing. There's pieces of their chest missing. In fact, very specifically pieces like the meaty pieces.
Oh, these oh God, these guys have been eaten. We've faced orcs. They don't eat humanoids like this.
Behind you, you hear someone talking. Of course, it's the orcs. Don't worry. We'll send them out. Perhaps we can get these creatures back here to actually do their jobs. They say they're heroes of Phandalin, but what have they done for us? My post has been up for the orcs for some time. If they would have taken care of it, none of this would happen. All right.
Yeah. At that, Eck is going to stand up. He's like,
Oh,
this does not look like orcs.
You're going to tell that to Harbin?
I'm
Have you even
looking
s-
at him in the eyes.
Okay.
have
is
you
it?
even seen the dragon Harbin flying around? There's one of those.
It is a white
Something like
dragon.
that could have done this.
Harbin looks back. I would like you to give me a perception roll when you talk to Harbin. Both you and just you. Eckankar doesn't get one.
Oh, okay. Perception
And there's a reason for it. The story reason.
1, natural 1 for a
All right.
2 perception.
He is
Obvious.
a bulbous man who has clearly had many extra meals in his time. He's kind of has a few chins. He has a messy, tattered hair, just like the same as you've always seen him. Little bow tie, little jacket, nothing different.
So did Laline let me take her hand?
Yeah, she did.
All right, I'll push the silver coin in her hand firmly.
All right, are you trying to do damage to her?
Trying to.
No, it's just push it in firmly, just to.
Okay, that's fine.
Make sure she gets it.
All right. Okay. Yeah, she looks at you like you
Then
take
my
I'll use
head
my
whips
car
around.
pick, but you're like pressing in her hand, and she's almost like, "Why are you doing that?"
What?
But
my head whips around and looks at Harvin, and she makes a beeline for Harvin.
all right, you run up to Harbin, and as you get close to him, he's he's not as quite as pungent as he was before. Maybe he's taken a bath since, but he's definitely, a little, he's a bulbous foul creature. And little girl, what are you doing? I would like you to give me a perception roll.
4.
Oh, no.
right. All right. No one is perceiving anything in this town.
Nope, clearly.
We're never playing a murder mystery game because it'll go on to like
But we are playing a murder mystery game right now.
okay.
Clearly.
We'll play like Clue like 4 days later. Is it Eckankar in the outhouse
There's no way
with the
to know.
hammer?
There's-
Okay. All right. So you don't perceive anything, but you run up that and he's little child. I have no candy for you.
I have something for you. She like holds her hand out for his hand.
He looks at you. He kind of pulls his hand back. He doesn't trust you. You've had a very contentious relationship for a while. He holds his hand back and he says, "What is it, child?"
Oh, do I scare you? Are you nervous? Give me your hand.
Give me your hand.
She's holding her hand up, right?
Yeah, she puts out her hand.
I thought you said, yeah.
He takes it. He kind of takes it and pinches it, and looks at your hand like this, and he kind of looks at you and he says, "What kind of game is this?" Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, with my other hand that has the coin in it, I jam it into his hand.
All right, you take your coin and you jam it into his hand. He kind of, as you press down on it, he looks at you and he's like, he folds his hand over it like this. And he says, "Bribery will not get you anywhere in this town, child." And he tries to take the coin.
I keep the coin.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We are going to do a grapple
Get the
check.
coin.
See who gets the
16
coin.
sleight of hand. What's that?
Well, you put it in his hand, right? And he grabbed it. He put his
Well, I
finger.
like put it like I had it, like I pushed it into his hand.
Yeah, you put it in his hand and he grabbed it. So what we're gonna do is
Okay.
we're gonna do a grapple check to see who gets it.
All right.
All right, what did you get?
What do you want? Acrobatics or do you want?
You can choose. He's the instigator, so you can choose either one.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics or athletics. Either one.
Do acrobatics.
All right, you're slowing down.
Super
on me.
buff.
I pushed the button.
Can I like
Okay, so 9.
All right, so he gets the coin. And you kind of like fight it. And he kind of pulls it out of your hand. He looks at it and he takes it. He says, "But I'll let it slide this time." And he puts the coin on his thing and he turns around and he goes, "Everyone, please, I tell you, these orcs will not go undefiled." And he walks away from you. Right.
I figured I'd try something.
That is fine. Finnis and Flander, the F team. The F team, why don't you both give me perception rolls?
15.
All right. And what did you get, Flander?
15.
All right. The two of you notice that Harbin is more relaxed. If the first time you came to meet him after you left the Lion Shield Coster, when this is more or less for Flander, the first time you had met him, because Finnis, I forgot you weren't there. Flander, the first time you met him, you had met him. He seemed kind of more relaxed. He seemed more in control of himself and of the town. And you see that later on, he had kind of become unraveled a little bit. Kind of, there was there was problems here and there with the town, but now he seems much more relaxed again. Like he where before his mannerisms were more erratic, but now he suddenly seems more relaxed. Like he's almost has less of a care.
never good to have a happy Harbin?
Yeah, he seems a
Up
bit
to
more
something.
overconfident than he used to than the last time we saw him.
It's,
You guys want to go check out his house?
yes.
I am wondering if I'm kind of putting two and two together and getting six maybe, but looking at the bite marks on these guys, they were talking about were-rats. Do you think this may be werewolves?
Not sure, but
You can give me an investigation if you'd like.
Not my
I
forte.
couldn't
but
tell you
I'll-
the difference. So
it just seems like Harbin is purposely
13.
saying it's orcs.
All right. So what did you get?
We both know it isn't orcs. A 13.
All right. You look at it and you're like, well, it's something that bit him, but whether it's a wolf, werewolf, rat, were-rat, I mean, if you've seen rats that are very big, you when you were in the basement in Neverwinter, you fought some very big rats. It's possible if these rats like this could have did damage, but how could they have fought? It seems weird. So
An entire platoon of knights.
yeah,
That
I mean,
those guys were no joke.
Yeah.
no, they were no joke.
I mean, that
It's either
this
a
point-
whole lot of them or a fair lot of them that are very well organized.
Can you see individual bite marks? You said his leg had a bite spot taken out. Was it like teeth?
It's hard to tell.
I mean, how many people have you seen torn apart by were-rats? It's not an everyday occurrence.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I'm going to give everybody in this group a history roll.
I can study all my life and still only get a 12.
Well, I get a 13.
I've read every book.
19.
Eck, what'd you get?
I'm with Mike. I got a 9.
You don't even have a bonus to history.
All right.
Wait, who's got a 19?
Finnis.
Yeah.
It occurs to you, and then I'll highlight it, and it may be obvious to you, but I'm gonna let you know that last night was the third night of the full moon cycle.
Oh.
Okay.
As the
Oh.
sun kind of starts lowering, and you kind of look up in the sky, you can see the moon up there, and you're like, well, last night was the third night of the full moon cycle.
How many nights are there in the full moon cycle?
Generally about 3. And
Whatever this
your
problem is.
lore tells you that some creatures can, and some people, especially creatures, have a lot of problems controlling themselves during the full moon, and also they become more agitated, more difficult to deal with. So, so that they definitely are. It's something that could be something, or it could be nothing.
And he was acting weird in his bush before we left town.
Mhm.
Yeah, what? Yeah, we still. I mean, hell, maybe we could look into his house to see if he even has a cat. What was he doing with one? Was he gonna?
Is that cat still following us back from the fort?
You gonna
Or
look
did
for it?
Vanish? Yeah.
Gonna look for it. Yeah, you
Was
look
Harlan
down.
gonna
You
eat
look
that
down, and
cat?
you look down, and that cat looks up at you.
Hmm.
You're like,
Well,
is that
what did
cat?
you-
And then, I don't know where the cat's just looking up at you.
I'll ask the cat, like, what do you know about this guy, cat?
And the cat rubs his face right on your shin.
That's not the same.
Okay. The
That's
cat
not-
says we should
Hey,
go
cat,
break
yeah.
down his front door.
When did you start listening to cats, Finnis? Well, they do have
Well-
9 lives. I suppose nobody hears the bells more times than they do.
All right, what are you gonna do?
You're a strange cleric, Finnis.
Are you gonna go back to check Harbin's house? Is that what I'm hearing?
Mhm.
Did
Let's do it.
because Harbin left, right? Did
Harbin
it
is
look-
actually here, and he's talking to the town folk.
okay. Then yeah.
He just left the interaction with Waif. So,
Okay.
Waif was in his face and he was doing all that stuff. And she put the set and he pulled this coin off from her. And he said, bribery won't get you anywhere, but I'll take this anyway.
Yes.
What if we tried to bribe him with cheese? If he was a were-rat, he wouldn't be able to say no.
I just so happen to have this sharp cheddar in my pocket.
Like,
Got a little bit of peanut butter and a maize.
Yeah, maybe
Think of that.
we need a mousetrap game. Okay. So what are you gonna do?
I think Harbin's house, right?
If we can slip out while he's still dealing with this crowd, then yeah.
Give me
Is Carp here by any chance?
I want you to give me a stealth roll. I want one of you to give me a stealth roll with advantage, a high roll with advantage to sneak out of this crowd.
Oh, let me do that.
I got a 3 bonus.
Let me do that.
Do not let
I got a big bonus.
Go for it.
I've got a big bonus on that one. So
Go for it.
watch me fail miserably.
I can finish with these two clanky
A
guys.
10.
What'd you roll?
A 10.
Oh no.
That's not failing miserably, but that's not succeeding with any grace. Okay,
Oh, man.
so
Oh,
your group is kind of blends out of the crowd. It's the Homer Simpson in the bushes. As you back up out slowly and you head south. Now you are on the Miners Trail right now, south of the Miners Trail. And you heard that some of the miners have gone missing, and that these bodies have been killed, and these knights have been killed. But instead of staying, and you've kind of investigated as much as you can, but now you decided you need to head north, back up and investigate. So you head up the Miners Trail. You make quick time. Hopefully, you're gonna run ahead.
I literally am going to run ahead. Yeah, I was going
Okay.
to say that as soon as I get there. I was measuring it out and everything.
So you run ahead, and you're gonna arrive. We'll just say a minute before everyone else does. I'll do the math.
Sounds about right.
This isn't the right. As you can see, the feet are below.
Well, I did look at it. It's about
Yeah.
5x.
Damn
whatever
it.
we're doing here.
Yeah.
So
Gashar, we've been carrying bells all day. You can't go running ahead
Like-
like this.
that's one
Oh,
round.
very tired.
Yeah. So I'll say. I mean, you generally move at 50, right? Or
Yeah.
40, or you
Yep.
move at 40 or 50?
50.
Yeah. So you're about.
Ridiculous.
So you're 1.6 times what
Yep.
everyone else is moving. Okay, go ahead. So what happens is the rest of you guys up there, you run up and you get to Harbin's house. The other people are
I'll
coming
look around. Is there anybody watching this entrance right
No, but you see that back here, there's a wagon here, and this guy
Family's
is
still throwing
kind of
stuff in there.
it's almost full, and you can see he's emptying his house.
I got a perception 19 to see if anybody else is around, like looking at me.
You
right
look
now.
around, you don't see anybody immediately. What
And
are you
I
going to
imagine
do?
there's a back entrance to the house.
You can certainly give it a try. There's the doors in front of you. You can certainly walk around and give it a try.
Yeah, screw it. I'm just gonna open the front door.
All right, you go to open the
Just
front
sort
door.
of-
It is locked.
It is locked. All right, then I will immediately run around the back.
All right,
He's
you run
too
around
suspicious
to
of
the
the
back of the house, and what are you going to
Is
do?
anybody back there?
No, it's completely empty.
All right, I'm also gonna try that door.
All right, you open the door. It is also locked.
It's locked. It looks like, is there like a side building here, or is that just attached in a separate roof?
It's basically the same house. It's just a lower roof. Yeah.
I'll keep making my way around. Is there any other doors?
No, there's just a back door and a front door.
Any weird things with any windows?
No. And by that time, the rest of the group has come. You
Yeah.
kind of searched around. The rest of you have arrived.
I'll tell everybody in a hushed tone that it is locked. I
Well,
checked the back as well.
Of course, a man as shifty as Harbin would never feel comfortable leaving his house open.
Finnis smashes a window.
Oh,
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
All right. You walk up.
Wait, just as Wave picks the lock.
God.
You did? All right. You go to pick the lock,
Yeah.
and you get down there, and all of a sudden, the window next to you just shatters in, and you kind of jump, and the door goes.
Looks up at Finnis. You couldn't wait just
What'd you roll for your
2 more
lock pick?
seconds.
20.
22.
Yeah, that picked it. Yeah. All right,
Wow.
but you also broke the window. All right, and you're standing in front of the door that is open. What are you gonna do?
Go inside.
I don't
All right,
know. How to
Finnis will
cast
go through the
mending,
window
do you?
just out of principle.
On principle.
As well. I'm used to dodging. I'm dodging and going inside.
all right, you dodge your way inside the house.
Want to be cautious, right?
I don't blame you.
Flander just kind of rolls his eyes skyward and walks through the door.
Yeah. Definitely feeling Flander here.
Okay.
Waif is
right.
going to wait outside and hide.
All right. Waif is outside and hiding.
Keeping a
Waif, what is your
lookout.
hide?
23.
23. All right.
Not bad.
Outside
Not
of
bad.
you are sitting outside of Harbor and Weston's house hiding. I'll say you're going to be on maybe in the corner here or this corner. Which side are you going to be on?
Well, I think we entered right here, so I'm like hidden down there, and I'm looking down the road to see. Just
Okay.
to watch. I'll keep
Sounds
lookout
good. All right.
because I'm so perceptive. Ugh.
Nice. All right, cool. And then the rest of you burrow into the house, right? Some of you going through the windows, just to say that you had good reason to do so. All right. You walk into the house. What are you going to do with it in this house? This house seems to be fairly disheveled. It is not disheveled like Fell's house where it was like ransacked. It's disheveled as in whoever this Harbin is, he does not keep a well-kept house.
He's a slob.
There are stacks of things, papers here and there. You see a chair is kind of pushed over kind of like against the table. So when he got up and left, he just kind of like he doesn't bother pushing in the chairs. There is empty a plate it's sitting on the counter. It kind of smells in here when you walk in. What are you gonna do?
Is there any notable fur
Yeah.
on the
I
floor?
was gonna say, search the bed.
Yeah. Like, is there fur?
All right. I would like you to give me a perception roll.
Hemo, use your
Dad.
wand.
I got a
Oh, yes.
What'd you get?
7.
7. All right. Who else is searching?
I'm searching.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, we've just been terrible.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
we're fumbling the bag so bad. Oh,
Can I just-
thank
Oh, there
God,
you go.
Yashar.
Can I just say the
for
were
sure.
rats win?
Well,
It was a natural
So it
20.
is were rats.
That's what we all think it is for sure. I got 21.
Okay. All right. What?
Looking for
Emo
any
is gonna use the wand of
signs
secrets, though.
All right. Here's what I want. Here's what happens. You find, first of all, in the stacks of paper, kind of half tucked in there, you find a ledger. This ledger
Yes.
has on it a bunch of money that has been noted on it. A
Connection
whole
to the
bunch
red
of
branch.
money, and for every one of those money, there is a name next to it. I want you to give me a knowledge history roll.
17.
Okay. All right. But there are 3 names that are there, but then are scratched off. Those 3 names are the names of Thel's wife and daughter and son.
Oof.
There are a bunch of names, and then there's a name, the names of Thel's wife, daughter, and son are there, but then they're scratched off.
We heard that the first thing that comes to mind is we heard that they were selling off people for slavery. Those 3 did not work out. One was killed and the other 2 we rescued, right? So I'm wondering if he didn't get any money for his slavers handoffs for those 3. Do I recognize any other names in it? You said I only
No,
recognize
yeah,
3.
yeah. There are random townsfolk, but you're not sure what it is.
We'll take that ledger.
You also find in searching there's a coffer of 30 gold pieces and 50 silver pieces here, and a sack of gold nuggets that seem to be very roughly cut. A bunch of rough gold nuggets.
Oh,
You're thinking you're not sure what the value is. You have to kind of figure it out. There's 3 moonstones in here, and you see 2 potions that you find.
Moonstones, huh?
Yeah.
What are those?
They just seem to be stones that they use to craft items on them. You've known that they make magic items out of them. Sometimes they're made for jewelry. Moonstones are fairly rare, so they're going to be worth between 80 and 120 gold each.
Gotcha. We should effectively would be robbing this guy.
Yeah, that doesn't feel quite great. Is there anything in here that can tie him to the
breaking and
red
entering
threads?
is okay. Where you people? Well, waves outside. Never mind. She's like,
Yeah, you're outside. You're no longer hiding. She goes, you breaking in, you go back to yell at him like that, and then you're like, oh, forget it. I didn't mean to. All right. Finnis, you look down and you see the cat rubbing at your feet.
Hey there, buddy. You got any dirt on this place? Does it lead me anywhere, or does it just want more food?
You're not sure. All right.
Cats
So that's what you rolled. Anybody else
detectives,
roll
Finnis.
a decent search roll, a decent perception roll?
I mean, I get my 15
Did I try?
massive.
All right. What you're going to notice is that.
Was there a secret in here from
what's
the
that?
Wand of Secrets?
Do you want to try to use the Wand of Secrets in here?
Yeah, it recharges 1d3 each day, so
Yep.
a 3-day hike would have charged it fully.
Yep. That's perfectly fair. Yep.
So yeah, I spend a charge. I'm assuming it's not wider than 60 feet, so I can stand in the middle of the house and find the closest one.
Yeah, no, you definitely can do that. All right. You cast the wand. You cast the wand on the charges. It goes, and then it immediately points to a floorboard in the floor. There might be a secret there.
Hemo takes the point of his scimitar and the magic one. They don't break. And tries to pry up the floorboard.
All right. You pry up the floorboard without a problem. There seems to be a small sack in here, like a small, almost like a purse, like a small sack. You know what I mean? Like it's not so tiny. It's big. It's reasonable size. So you think somebody would do that to maybe grab groceries or carry fruit or vegetables so they can throw at people, something like that.
it's a satchel.
Yeah. So it's fairly reasonably sized. But it's just sitting there and it looks like it's almost empty, just laying there.
Well, let's see what's in it.
Does it look like a haversack?
No, you
Okay.
open it up. And when you open it up, you can see there is an interdimensional space within. Whoa. You see a swirling vortex, a little vortex of nothingness. Whoa. That's what you see.
I reach a hand into the bag and
All right.
see what I find.
You reach your hand into the bag and feel around and feel something. You pull it out. And when you pull it out, you see, strangely enough, a piece of a human arm. And from behind the house, you hear a voice. I see. We have an issue. And we'll end it there.
Gross.
I'll be
Roll credits.
Dang straight, we have an issue.
He's got people bits in a bag of holding.
Now, do you feel bad about looting his house?
No.
We have an issue.
It's not thievery if he's a monster. That's
Mhm.
pretty.
Well,
That's how
we're gonna find
I
out.
guess.
We're gonna find out next week because we don't know what's gonna happen yet.
Oh
And
my
with
God.
that, we're gonna
Wow.
roll it up for the night and leave it at that. A little bit of a cliffhanger. We're gonna find out what's gonna happen next week.
Finally, things with Harbin can come to a head or an arm.
An arm. Yeah.
All right, we had a cool night. It was a little bit of a the end of one adventure, kind of leading through this random encounter in the middle with these weird hobgoblins
I told
and
them not to
goblins,
stop. I told them to keep going.
hobgoblins and ogres.
They did look like they were on a mission, huh? They had like a battering ram, a commander, and they
Yeah,
were
maybe they were gonna go like take out like some were rat that they heard of, you know,
Or maybe go steal a
this
bell.
neighboring town.
yeah.
Could
Right.
be.
Right. And when and then you got back in the town to a mysterious evening where the town was mostly deserted, only to find the town had been gathering to the south, where these knights, these Neverwinter knights that rolled into town just a half a
Had been
10 day
murdered.
ago were slaughtered.
Oh, slaughtered,
Yeah,
murdered.
Murdered, yeah.
Mhm.
Only to
Brutal.
for you to slip away when when Harbin kept telling people that it was the orcs. You slipped into his house only to find something a little more sinister than maybe you thought. And it ended
I thought it was just
with a
stealing
familiar voice. We're going to find out
Oh,
next
no.
week. Thanks everybody for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe if you can. And hopefully we'll see what happens with this Harbin situation next week.
Find out next time.
Everybody have a great night. Bye.
Yep. Bye for now.